revealed he was diagnosed with cancer after appearing frail in public. O.J. Simpson was 76 years old.
Fox's Evan Brown. America is listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
Rough. Yeah, if the glove don't fit, unbelievable. How you doing? Look out, it's only me. It's only the camera. Herp. Look out, 303 with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at our controls. You know him as Flounder. Look at it go.
On the day I was born, this is all gathered round.
303. Here's the number. 404. So I can't hear my... Have you got me turned down in there? The mic had made you do that the last time, too, didn't he? Can you jack me up just a little, or is that bad? Is that going to be all VU meter?
Yeah, then it sounds like not good.
All right, well, okay, I'll suffer. As long as it sounds good for them. almost 304. How's it going? Here's a phone number, 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Pete Davis, how'd your storm do you last night, man? In fact, we'll do all Joe J. We got a whole bunch of newsy stuff. In fact, we got a million stories. In fact, we have 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. In fact, poor Flounder, because I started pumping them out at 5:30 this morning. Pete threw in through. I had like 15 stories, and all of them basically way down the totem pole now because O.J. Simpson died. So anyway, Flounder said, more. So we got all that stuff, including some really touching and emotional crime-type stories, which you need to hear. I mean, it might have you get a reaction to them, and it's important that we feel these kinds of things because America's not the same as it used to be, by God. And so, in fact, there's a new George Floyd thing going. In fact, just a few minutes ago, the guys right before us just now Clay and Buck mentioned that case in Chicago, and I went into to X this morning to get a whole bunch of reaction to that business. What a bunch of crap! Here we go again. Anyway, we'll get to it. Pete Davis, how about the storm last night? We're up the mountains of Macon here. It must have been brutal.
Well, it blew down the bird feeder, but we got it put back up. So other than that, everything's fine.
Yeah, there was a lot of Flounder, how about you? You're in kind of the Buckhead.
I'm in the Roswell area, but it definitely came down for a bit. But luckily, no damage or anything like that.
It turns out there was something like 60,000 Georgia Power customers were in the dark. DeKalb County, Dunwoody, Sandy Springs, Douglas County. The Masters was delayed. I guess they're going on now. And by the way, the Braves, the last time I went out in the newsroom, we have this beautiful big screen TV on the wall. I don't know what make that is. Is that one of those like Quasar something or others or whatever the hell they... What, you know what? I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Flounder? What kind of style is that TV screen? It's freaking beautiful.
The one out there?
Live. Yeah, it's better than being live. I mean, it's a better picture than if you're there.
I'm not sure. It's just like a 70-inch or something. I mean, they're pretty big out in the...
Yeah, but the quality is it's not, when you go to some hotel rooms, it's not your regular TV, it's that other kind. It's some other special kind that's like a fluid of some kind.
Liquid gel.
It's a liquid gel TV. Anyway, that's the way we go. Now, and by the way, if you have any issues to whether the storm or anything else, we'd love to hear from you. It's Thursday, and by the way, today in the program at 4 o'clock, I assume we're all set to go with Neil Bortz. I think he's on the road, and I don't know where he was when the storm hit. I don't think he was up in this area, but we'll find out. 4 o'clock, we'll join Neil Bortz, and then at 5 o'clock, I think we're still ready to go with Shannon Burke, if that's not
That's correct.
Excellent. Now, Shannon, again, does his show till 6 these days down in Florida, Man Country Radio, Florida Man Country, and so we join him at 5 o'clock to do a little simulcast thing. Coming up, you'll hear more about Ron Goldman's father, Fred. Boy, I'll tell you what, you got to bless this guy for his... patience or the ability to let things. I mean, I can't think I would have reacted just letting things go if O.J. Simpson had slashed my daughter's or son's throats and cut their freaking head off and stuff. I mean, and by the way, I got some information on the actual autopsy result of what he did to him. And it's, good Lord. Let's see, so we got that going for us. Also, the confirmed perjurer, Federal Gestapo Investigation Director Christopher the Cossack Ray from Atlanta, who's been lying all over the place about everything he's ever said. He's got the balls to go before Congress again today and say, we have an elevated threat to the American public safety and national security. We need more money for our budget. That's what we need. It's a case I said here today. Federal agency needs support to tackle these threats because we have to keep America safe. We can't dial back. We need more money. I tell you. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you go get your freaking agents around the border and start arresting people when they come over and check them for drugs and guns. That's a federal freaking crime. Have you got one guy ever? No. Why is that again, sir? You haven't done anything. You haven't gone. Why don't they go to the border? I mean, my God, how come the federal authorities who are supposed to protect this country are not protecting the country at the border? Seriously. I mean, I don't get it. And he lied about, again, the worst thing in the world when they said, well, you could have told us that the Hunter laptop was real. He said, well, I didn't want it to affect the election. Yeah, he didn't want it to affect the chances that Donald Trump might win again. That's the exact time you should release the truth. If something was true, and it might have, whether it had an effect or not, the issue is whether you were willing to tell the truth. You were willing to tell the American people something that was real and would have made a difference. Either way, it should not have made a difference to you. You freaking coward. You freaking pimp. God, I hate these people. Ruining the FBI. Disgraceful. I grew up a little boy. It's all you ever wanted to be is something like a freaking G-man. And you've ruined the whole freaking for everybody. Who wants to be a G-man these days? Anybody want to be a cop these days, a G-man, federal agent? Yeah, let's do that. And then they want to go to the FISA court where what they did to Donald Trump. And who was that other guy, Pete? I forgot his name now. Well, the guy was in a bar and he was talking to people and he said, let's investigate him too. It was one of the Trump early guys. I can't remember his name. I'm killing myself. He was just a friend of the Trump people.
Nobody remembers.
I know, but anyway, he was part of the fake Steele dossier because they said he was talking about Russian collusion, so they quoted him and then had him investigated and had the FISA court give wiretaps against him. The Trump people. I mean, it's unbelievable, these people. Okay, all right, sorry. We got that. So we got OJ, we got the stuff with this idiot. And so some crime things. A hero mom, 85-year-old mom protecting her disabled son. 85. And gets the bad guy with a .357. And by the way, that didn't even kill him right away. So let that be. I've got a .44 Magnum plus a couple of 50 cals just in case.
Do you feel lucky, punk?
.357. Also, there's a lot of kind of weird celebrity stuff in the news. Chip Gaines. I guess he and Joanna, the married couple, did all that home improvement, building your stuff shows back in the. I guess they don't do that anymore. I guess. In fact,
they have their own thing.
They have their own thing.
Magnolia.
Yeah. Well, now he's being called out for something he said about the girls' basketball team. I mean, it's unbelievable. Rihanna's getting in trouble now because she dressed like a slutty nun for a cover shoot. So there's a million things going on here. And so we got all the news. We got all this stuff. Also, I put on Facebook last night. I think it was last night, might have been this morning, whatever. Two things. In fact, I'll start with this right now very quickly. Two things. I stopped at the Shell station. Again, I mentioned I thought there was a concert last night, so I was going to take my time going home because it blocked me getting in my neighborhood. And so I went to get gas at our local Shell station up the road here from the Battery, and I put it on Facebook, and the price, this was, again, yesterday we had the quote. of President White Trash, who actually said, I said, this is great news. The inflation rate was something like 9% when we came in here, and by God, now it's only 3.5%. He was claiming credit for lowering inflation, his successful Bidenomics program to lower inflation, and so on and so forth. Well, guess what? My gallon of gasoline at the Shell station last night was $4.90. Yeah, inflation my ass. And then I get in the mail last night when I get home. By the way, do you ever get a thin envelope in the mail from a creditor? Like a company. I hate that because it's almost always bad news. Well, we didn't receive your payment. You know what I mean? I always hate them. It's not a bill. It's some kind of notice. And that's always a bad sign. And I thought, oh, God, no, don't tell me. Anyway, well, I open it up and guess what it says? Dear Kim Peterson. This notice applies to your ExxonMobil credit card shop. We want you to be aware of the changes we are making to your account. Let's see. To you and your account. We are changing your existing card, replacing it with a new version that includes updates. In addition to changes, let's see. The Identity Theft Solution Service is being discontinued. Wait a minute, hold on now. The Identity Theft Solution Service, and others helping people when someone steals their identity. You're stopping that now? You can stop at that. All right, that's one notice. Here's the second notice. This is even more fun. The following is a summary. I got to get my Froggy. Oh, Froggy. Oh, here we go. The following is a summary of change made. The changes to the APRS. That's annual. Rate of what the hell you call it? The interest rates. Describe below. Due to changes in the market conditions. Due to changes in the market conditions, your annual percentage rate right now is now 34.2%. If you use your card to buy something and you don't pay it off, it's 34% interest. That's usury. My God. And they've canceled services and they're at 34%. Holy mackerel. That's the mob.
Do you use this credit card a lot?
Not anymore. I'm using Visa. I'm just putting everything on Visa and making an easier bill payment. What the hell? They're all going to get me. But I pay now. Anytime I do use my Exxon card, I pay it all off. The only one I can't pay off is Visa because I don't have the money. I'm way in debt on Visa. But anything else, I pay it off.
Who has gas cards anymore?
Well, I've had it for years. I wouldn't get one now today, but again, I never used my Visa for anything except if I went to bought clothes somewhere or something. But I never used it at Publix. I do now. I never used it at gas stations. I do now. I used my Visa at the Shell station last night, but I never did before. And I rarely use the Exxon card, and that's one of the reasons why. Anyway, OJ update. We got stuff. We got things. Flounder's funny. Oh, and a couple of comedy bits and some reaction the day it happened. And I know Pete and I remember what in our newsroom when the verdict came in on the OJ case. Holy cow. Coming up 3:14. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out, it's a Kimber. We've got your afternoons covered, all right, and the Morning Extra's got your drive-in from 6 to 10 a.m., too.
My family's a little bit like the Andy Griffith Show. We like board games. We had some friends just a few weeks back come over, and they got this new version of Scrabble. And then I read yesterday, because I'm not real good at Scrabble, and I lose every time we play, they're coming out with an easier version of Scrabble. A less intimidating version of Scrabble, which I'm all in favor for. I assume the words are, going to be smaller, and maybe you get more points for like the and. Yeah, exactly.
The cow says moo.
Exactly.
And off of the idea that y'all watch Jeopardy on a regular basis, I'm glad y'all do. And you play board games. I just want you to know that within the next 10 years, you and your wife will be sleeping in the same bedroom, but in separate beds.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
I just noticed the radio station just came back to work. I guess the game's over.
Yeah. Day games, this place is a ghost town.
All of a sudden, the entire radio station just walked in the door. From guess we're at the Battery across from the ballpark. Anyway, 3:16. We got creamed. I thought last I heard it was 7-0. I don't know what final score was, but I think we probably lost. Anyway, Pete Davis, we'll have all sports for you coming up here in a little while. 3:16. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Atlanta Safe House, your home of the Kimmer safes. I bought a couple of gun safes from these guys, Jeff and Mark. Again, when they deliver your safe to your home or business office or wherever you want, they can put a safe in your car aside from your pistol safe you carry in your car. If you want to have them build a safe in your trunk, I'll guarantee they'll do it for you. They can do whatever you want. Atlanta Safe House. And when they deliver those babies, they use only off-duty police and firefighters and military folks to say thank you for what you do. All the top brands. And again, my gun safes, man, they really came in handy. And by the way, it's not just for guns. I mean, they have shelves and, little cubby holes and stuff. So they're really big-time Charlie safes for everything. But if you don't need a great big safe, well, they have business safes and jewelry safes and high-security safes. They can build you a vault door. In fact, look them up on the web, atlantasafehouse.com, and you can see they honestly, I'm not making this up, they can build you a family storm shelter for the whole family. It's absolutely true. Keep your stuff, your valuables, including important papers like your medical records, unlike the Kimmer did when he went to Florida and lost them and now is not getting screwed by the VA. But anyway, it's my fault. It's my fault. Don't keep your Social Security card in your wallet either. Put it in your safe. All the top brands, great prices all the time. Please tell them, they've been doing this for decades and decades. They have a showroom in Ackworth. Please mention the Kimmer when you do your business where you should. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hey, it's Lowe's. Let's talk about Howard Brothers and Ventrac. There's a lot of highly specialized property maintenance equipment that only does one task. Ventrac compact tractors are designed to work year-round as an all-seasons machine of versatility, eliminating the costly need to purchase multiple dedicated machines. One tractor with various attachments is ideal for cities, parks, sports fields, and municipal grounds management. Get to Howard Brothers today and put yourself in the seat and behind the wheel of a Ventrac. The grass is always greener, and if you need a tractor, you've got a lot of it when you take care of it with Ventrac and Howard Brothers.
Hey, homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey, Atlanta golfers. Did you know that one of the best courses in Georgia is located right here in Tucker? Heritage Golf Links is a beautiful mixture of modern and traditional link-style play with incredible facilities and beautiful views designed around a 20-acre lake. And when you're done playing, have a drink at our full bar or a great meal while sitting on our lakeside patio overlooking the course. So come on out and have a great full Georgia day at Heritage Golf Links. Book your tee time online at heritagegolflinks.com or on our new app that is available now.
Pavestone LLC seeks a mechanical engineer block division in Johns Creek, Georgia. Inspect and analyze mechanical drawings of molds to ensure tolerances and safety during manufacturing process. Test and install electromechanical sensors. Oversee manufacturing process, maintenance and equipment repair, and identify and examine bottlenecks or critical points during manufacturing. Evaluate, operate, and maintain mechanical production equipment to meet production requirements, resolve system malfunctions, and provide technical modification and information to machine operators and maintenance. Investigate equipment failures and faulty operation and develop alternative operations and remedial actions to resolve system malfunctions. Research, develop, and implement new process methods to improve production. Position requires a master's degree in mechanical engineering plus 2 years of experience as a mechanical engineer for a block manufacturing plant. Up to 10% domestic travel required. To apply, please mail resume with job code RA to Jorg Marks, VP of Technical Operations, Pavestone LLC, 11450 Technology Circle, Johns Creek, Georgia 30097. No phone calls, EOE.
All right, I got a little hard rock and roll here. 3:20. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder on your Thursday there. With Nirvana, look out. 2014, Nirvana enlisted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame alongside Kiss, the Beatles manager Brian Epstein, REM's Michael Stipe, inducted into the group, saying Nirvana tapped into a voice that was yearning to be heard. Nirvana was kicking against the mainstream. They spoke truth, and a lot of people listened, said Michael Stipe. 2014. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 404-741-1230 is the number. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, our birthday list. Now, I've never heard of this girl, but holy cow, let me read you the thing here. A girl named Michelle Phan, Phan, assume partially Vietnamese or some kind of Asian girl. Michelle Phan, 37 years old. You ever heard of her, Pete? Michelle Phan, Flounder, you might have maybe heard of her.
I have not.
I bet you Veronica has. Michelle Phan is 37 years old. She's a YouTube star, does things like makeup and fashion and stuff like that. From several years ago, her channel has over 1 billion views and 9 million subscribers to do on makeup tips. And we made $11,000 on our podcast in 3 years or whatever. My God. I mean, you got to give her credit. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how you do that. I guess you can take college courses now on how to make money as an influencer. That's unbelievable. Okay, all right. So
influencer is just another word for unemployed.
Yeah, an actress. I'll be your actress this evening. And on this day is some happy news and a sad time. 1945, American troops on this day liberate the infamous concentration camp at Buchenwald, Germany. 20,000 inmates were set free, but before that, 200,000 passed into the living hell to die gruesome deaths at Buchenwald, and of course they still at Auschwitz and some others to liberate. 1945 on this day. 322, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder there, 3 o'clock hour, brought to you by our good friends at First Liberty Building and Loan. If you need financing to finance or grow your business, visit firstlibertyga.com. 404-741-1230. O.J. Simpson. We're going to hear, we got a couple of sound bites. In fact, I'll tell you what, Flounder, let's do the verdict came in. Pete Davis, do you remember we were still both working that day in the newsroom? Were you? Yeah. I think I was on the air in the booth, and you were there either in the newsroom or right, whatever. And man, first of all, Flounder, let's play the verdict as it came down, and then we'll react to what we remember, what Flounder remembers the day it happened when the verdict came in for O.J. Simpson.
In the matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson, case number BA097211. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information. Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the State of California versus Orenthal James Simpson. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Ronald Lyle Goldman, a human being, as charged in count 2 of the information.
And by the way, if you didn't see it when it happened, and we did, everybody who was alive was watching, I'll bet you, I guess, probably, have TV around. And I will never forget, Robert Kardashian looked like he was going to say, I can't believe it. I mean, he was stunned. Pete, do you remember seeing his face? I mean, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't believe okay, Pete, first of all, where you and I were in the same place, describe the reaction in the newsroom, multiracial newsroom, when the verdict came down.
The newsroom usually had maybe 6 people in it. Basically, a couple reporters, a producer, Don Dornberg would be sitting in there, in his little office and everything. There'd be about 6, 7 people maybe.
Yeah,
started filling up when the word came down it was coming. All of a sudden, the salespeople come over and the other people coming over, and we had a lot of black people that worked there at the station. Yeah. So the crowd was about 30% black and 70% white. All right. And we're all sitting there waiting. And when that verdict came down, all of us white people just sat there with our mouths open and just looked at each other. The black people, it's mostly black women jumping up, who OJ hadn't touched in 30 years.
Yeah, right.
The black women were jumping up and down and screaming and crying and carrying on like they had just won the World Series. I had not seen anything since we got the Olympics. I was in the same place, in the same chair when it was announced we got the Olympics in '89. Yeah. The same reaction, except instead of the whole place going up, it was just 30% of the newsroom going up and jumping up and down.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyway, Flounder, do you remember, were you on Air TV?
Yeah, I was in line at Philly Connection. I was picking up Philly, and they had a little TV right there. And I mean, there was a long line because it was lunchtime.
Yeah.
And similar to you guys, the line was half black, half white, and just like you guys, the reactions of most of the white people were just stunned.
Were the black guys jumping?
There was a couple. Yeah, there was a couple of screams like "yeah," and I mean, was that around the same or similar time when the Rodney beating happened?
It was after.
Was it after?
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons, I think, where they said, well, you know,
I was going to say if it was before, maybe that's why it was a not guilty verdict because of the race tensions.
No, I'm pretty sure in fact, I've got here somewhere in the story that they talked about how somebody had mentioned the fact that got to get about 9 stories. As you can imagine, there's 50 million versions of what's been going on here.
91. It was 3 years before.
Yeah. And so there were people saying, well, in fact, there were a couple of cases where people thought that the result was justified because of an unjustifiable result earlier. For example, if OJ got, if the cops got away with beating Rodney King, therefore black people said, well, then you owe us one. Therefore, OJ got away with it, so that made up for the Rodney King thing. much like the same. Oh God, I just had another
Simi
example.
Valley too. They got away with it twice.
Yeah, exactly. And so there are cases like that where it's kind of we owed you one, so you take it, and everybody's fighting. But that shouldn't happen like that. I mean, it's like when OJ got sentenced to prison for 30 years for that bungled robbery.
Well, with both you guys being in the news world at the time, how much of the Mark Furman situation had an effect on it?
Well, that was the other thing. And by the way, what an idiot! I mean, by the way, and Mark Furman is an author who wrote a best-selling book about. Was it about the two brothers that killed their parents? Or the
Menendez brothers.
Menendez brothers. He wrote best-selling books. He's a very famous author, best-selling author, and he was really a great cop and a great detective and a great writer. But the idiot, when they ask him on the stand, have you ever used the N-word? He just said, oh yeah, I'm sure I have many times. I don't remember last time, but I'm sure I have. Yes, I have. And then he couldn't have played the tape because it would have said, well, he admitted it, Your Honor. Why play the tape? And therefore, there would have been nothing would have come in.
They would have still used.
They would have used him saying it against him, probably.
But if he had admitted on the stand, yes, I used the N-word. I was doing it when we had a meeting with a so-and-so. I remember doing that. I think I did it once a few years ago when I was having a meeting, writing a book, writing something with a P on a couple times. Yes, I have. I admit I have, actually, Your Honor. And I'm ashamed of it. And I wish I hadn't, but I did. And thank God I haven't said the word in years and years. now F. Lee Bailey's going to say, well, we want to play the tape anyway, damn it. He admitted he did it, but now I want to have you hear him say it. I mean, the judge wouldn't allow that. They wouldn't allow that in.
Would have. They would. Ito would have allowed everything.
Well, and that's the other thing. The Judge Ito. Oh my God! Remember when I can't remember whether it was Cato or whoever. Somebody was testifying about the voice he heard, and he said, "Well, it sounded like a black guy." And the judge, "Oh no, whoa, racism!" And I thought to myself, "Wait a minute, people sound like a black guy. That's not racist." O.J. Simpson did not sound white. I'm sorry. I mean, come on.
He did when he wanted to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, please, if you can, I mean, either it was a black guy or someone trying to sound black. There is such a thing of people sounding black. That's not racist.
Give us an example. I don't know quite what you're talking
about. Well, play any of your rap songs.
Give us an example.
My shorty.
I'm in the dark here. Let me hear some of this.
Don't throw me in that briar patch. I mean, get a lot of things. Little Uncle Remus. I don't know. I mean, come on. You're killing me. Everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Don't give me this crap.
In 1994, I was out in L.A. and I went to Venice Beach, and all kinds of T-shirts in Venice Beach.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I still have this T-shirt. It said, "The LAPD, we treat you like a king."
Well, we got him. Do you think OJ's in hell? Do you believe in hell? And if is he in there? If there's a hell?
I don't want to presume what God will do to somebody. I don't know what OJ did before he died. Whether he could.
He's a famous rapist. He was in fact, we'll hear the 911 call coming up shortly. It's already 3:30. I can't believe it. And join us 404-741-1230. What do you think? Is he in hell? Does it matter? And all the news too coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. Stand by.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
We have to recognize, folks, that this country we've known all of our lives is not necessarily going to last all of our children's lives or our grandchildren. It's in trouble. It's on the ropes. Bidens, Trumps. Go to jail if you misgender somebody. Come on. We have to recognize the threat, the possibility that it could all be gone next week and start working to preserve it. So far, we're not doing very well.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
The Atlanta Braves invite fans to come experience the brand new Blue Moon Beer Garden at Truist Park, located in right field, offering the largest variety of Molson Coors beer options and unique food pairings. Plus, there's a special ticket offer for the new space for any weekday game during the regular season. Tickets are only $30 and include a grandstand reserved game ticket and $15 added value to use toward food or beverage. Lock in your seats now for Blue Moon weekdays at Braves.com/Blue Moon. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country. What is spacious? Has a versatile cabin, offers an intuitive voice assistant, and luxurious accommodations for up to 7? Meet the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 4MATIC SUV. The advanced GLE SUV leaps further ahead with turbo hybrid power, fresh styling, and even more innovative technology. Experience the 2024 GLE 350 4MATIC SUV and lease one today for just $839 per month for 36 months with $63.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models. Visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through April 30th, 2024. Excludes tax, tag title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture or big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop right at Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Boom, bum, bum. Madonna. Like a Prayer is one of my favorite songs of her. I only like 2 or 3 songs. Like a Prayer I've always enjoyed. The 2013 Malawi accused Madonna of bullying state officials after she apparently complained about her treatment on a visit to that country. Where the hell's Malawi? Anyway, Madonna's adopted 2 Africa. I know, but I couldn't pick Malawi out in an area of Africa or anywhere else. Anyway, Madonna had adopted 2 Malawian-born children. They recently visited 10 primary schools funded by her charity. And Madonna's manager accused Malawi's government of having a grudge against the singer's charity, Raising Malawi. Well, why didn't you get your own American? I have very close friends who have adopted, Romanian babies and stuff. And I've thought to myself, why would you go to Europe, Eastern Europe, to get a baby when there's a billion of them here in America would love a loving home? I mean, seriously, I don't know. Why would you? I mean, I don't get it. Why would you do that? Anyway, I don't know. I'm
tax write-off.
I'm sure. Well, no, I mean, I guess there's a. They think that they're even worse off in Eastern Europe, and they're more of a savior, taking as somebody else's from the Europe. I don't know. I don't understand that kind of mentality. But again, you saved a baby, so that's fine. But still, they're right here. Sorry. Our birthday list includes. I'm not edgy today. Am I okay today? I haven't done any bad yet.
You're fine.
Okay, good. Our birthday list includes Jennifer Esposito. I know the name. She's an actress. I can't remember what she looks like. Jennifer Esposito's 51. She was in Spin City, Crash, and Blue Bloods. Anyway, she's on the list.
Great show.
Great show. Blue Bloods. I started for some reason. I watched a couple and then I don't know what happened.
It's just it's kind of a corny cop show, family cop show, but I enjoy it.
On this day in history, 2006, Anne Frank's letters go on public display at the Amsterdam Historical Museum. It was Anne Frank's diary from years of hiding from the Nazis. They revealed her personal thoughts like any teenage girl. She was 16 when they killed her eventually. She had a crush on a boy who had been hiding with her much to her father's severe displeasure. And she was also criticized because in her diary, she talked about a girlfriend or other girl she had, but especially a particular girlfriend, and they were, comparing their breasts and talking about getting boobs and, this is stuff teenage girls talk about. And I remember social media tried to make a thing about it, and I thought, you dirty bastards, she's hiding from the freaking Nazis and trying to have some semblance of an adult, of an adolescence and becoming a teenager. And you freaking people are just not good. Sorry. Anyway, most of her letters were eventually given to her relatives, and they were on display in 2006 on this day. So I didn't mean to get too crude there. Yada. Okay, let's see. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Okay, the O.J. Simpson case. Again, if you want to join us, 404-741-1230. Flounder, let's do the Nicole. Again, the O.J. case. He was famous for his rough sex, I guess, date raping his way through USC. And I think the only black woman he ever dated was the one that he gave him his kids. Everybody else, I don't think he hated. He didn't date black women. I think
he was married to a black woman.
Yeah, but that was that. She had his kids, and then that was a ball game. That you stopped that.
Yeah.
But anyway, and he used to beat the crap out of Nicole Brown Simpson. I recall the time when she described her. Somebody described it in writing where he apparently was spying on her. He was stalking her. He was spying on her, and one time spotted her through her living room window where she was on the couch performing that most heavenly of wonderfulnesses that chicks we love you for helping her boyfriend to be happy. And O.J. apparently had a freaking conniption, and guess what? Simpson had to call the cops.
911 emergency.
Can you get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please.
Okay, what does he look like?
He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Could you just send somebody over here?
Okay, what is he doing there?
He just drove up again.
He just drove up
over?
Okay, wait a minute. What kind of car is he in?
He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in.
Okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Nicole Simpson.
Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Wait a minute, we're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
I'm going nuts.
Okay, has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you?
Yes.
You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to come in again.
Okay, just stay on the line.
I don't want to stay on the line. He's going to beat the...
Wait a minute, just stay on the line so we can know what's going on until the police get there, okay? Okay, Nicole?
Uh-huh.
Just a moment. Does he have any weapons?
I don't know.
Okay.
He went home and now he's back.
Okay.
My kids are upstairs sleeping and I don't want anything to happen.
Okay. Has he hit you today or no?
No.
Okay, you don't need any paramedics or anything? Okay. You just want him to leave?
My door. He broke the whole back door in.
He broke in, lady.
He came back.
And he came and he practically knocked my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids were sleeping in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him my phone book and put my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it.
I'm not sure what that's all.
What does he say?
That's him.
Unit, your domestic violence at 30 Crutches 325 South Gretna Greenway is too high. The suspect is now entered in the and it is refusing to leave. Go too high. It's been 4221 already 825 children involved.
Might have been a thing there. It's hard to hear. It's like, well, no.
Just stay on the line, okay?
It's a police recording.
Is he upset with something that you did?
A long time ago, it always comes back.
Okay. Again, there might have been a bad word in there, and if there, I'm not even sure if there was. We apologize, but again, this was real. He was trying to freaking kid was going to kill her, and then guess what? He did kill her. And by the way, ladies, for the record, you've got to understand you have to be armed and ready to use your weapon. You can get one of those stun guns or a tear gas thing they advertise. Great, that's fantastic. But the other way to do it, if he's been doing this and you know your life is in danger, and she must have known he was going to kill her one day. She must have known he was going to kill her one day. And she told her friends he's going to kill her one day, and sure enough, he did it. And I'm telling you, you make sure you have a gun, and you have another gun, so that when when a guy like that shows up and starts breaking into your home, you make sure that there's no security cameras to prove otherwise or anything else, and that so when he comes at you and you have to shoot him, to make sure that you also have a shot fired from his gun, and that his fingernails are scratching your face, whether he's dead or alive when you do it, so that your blood and tissues under his fingernails to prove that he did attack you and that there was a gunfire, stuff like that, okay? I mean, don't take this crap. I mean, my God. I mean, I'm not talking about if he yells at you once, that doesn't mean you should kill your husband. But this was bull crap. He was going to kill her. Everybody knew he was going to kill her.
But by the way, when I was also out there in 94, actually at the same time of night he did it, I drove back and forth from his place to her place, and he could have easily done it in the time period.
No question about it. How about the parked car? How about when he just abandoned the car? How about the glove behind the condo and Cato heard him? I mean, come on. He did it. How about oh my God, he had a 2 or 3 inch slice of his finger, bloody bullshit finger, from the knife when he was killing him. He shows up in Chicago at the hotel room, and he said, I broke a glass. Really? Where's the broken glass, OJ? Well, I threw it away. Oh, and by the way, I there was a report that never got any play about it, about when he got to the airport. Someone said they remember him taking a gym bag and throwing it in the garbage pan out in front of the terminal.
Yeah.
Guess what was in that gym bag? The bloody knife. I mean, come on. He's roasting in hell. And I don't care about speaking evil of the dead or dead of the evil. I don't know. I probably got that backwards. I mean, screw him. He's burning in hell right now. If there is a hell, I'm still going either way on that one, to be honest with you. But clearly, I mean, he got what he deserved.
Does he have to face them, though?
Hopefully. Hopefully, maybe let's hope automatically when you die, you automatically, let's make it vertical. Let's pretend you go up to heaven and down to hell or whatever. I mean, we don't really know. I mean, what direction is there when your soul's dead? I don't know. But, okay, so let's say when you die, everybody when you die goes right up to the heavenly gate, and then they say, oh, sorry, no, that's not going to work for us. We'll put you in purgatory for 20, 30,000 years and then get back to you. I mean, I think that might be what it were. If they're not really sure, there's like the purgatory thing. But if they get up there and it's OJ, no, I'm sorry. You're
not really sure. I'm pretty much they're sure whether you did something or not in heaven.
I know, but I'm saying if they're trying to, if you were bad, but you weren't Pol Pot or Hitler, but you were you cheated on your wife and you stole from your friends and maybe you beat up a guy and you hurt a baby. I mean, you did bad stuff all your life, so don't just go right in.
Are you laying the groundwork for your defense?
That's not me. I've never done it. No. I'm talking about OJ. I mean, my God. But again, I don't know. But if there's a hell, he's in it.
Yeah.
I mean, how could is there any doubt about that? I mean, he didn't, serve his punishment when he got in that stupid armed robbery. What an idiot thing that was to do, by the way. I mean, jeez,
well, he got away with murder. Why wouldn't he think he'd get away with petty larceny?
That's right. Idiots. Oh God. 344. All right, we have more on the OJ. And Ron Goldman's dad, Fred Goldman. Well, a very short statement. I'll read it to you now. Oh, and then coming back, you're going to hear from Norm Macdonald. In fact, we'll do both of them, Flounder, coming back, and we'll play him a couple of times later on the show, too. Ron Goldman's father, Fred, has broken his silence. Fred hasn't really said much since that day 30 years ago. Fred, he was called by, I think the Daily Mail called him, and he answered the phone, and he said, quote, "The only thing that I have to say today is that this is a further reminder of the loss of my son, Ron. It's a further reminder of my son's murder and a reminder about the many years we have missed Ron. His death is a reminder that Ron and Nicole were murdered by him. I am not going to react to my thoughts about him dying. I have nothing to say about him. My response will not be about OJ's death, but about the loss of my son's life by him. Thank you for calling. That is the only thing I have to say." End of call. I'd have killed him. I'll bet if that had been my daughter or my son, I'll bet you that I would have done something bad. By the way, we'll talk about. Remember the series? Remember the FX miniseries with John Travolta and and oh man,
it was good. That
was a great series. I wish they'd bring. I'll bet that's coming back. Now that he's dead, I'll bet FX is going to run that this weekend. What do you bet? I'll bet. Check your TV guide. Oh, by the way, Pete Davis, guess what's on tonight? Guess what's on TV tonight? My favorite year on Turner Classic Movies.
Really?
one of the great chick flicks for everybody of all time.
It's not a chick flick. Don't sell it like
it's
that.
It's a great. I love it. I'm taping it, and it's on, and I'm going to do it. And I call it a chick flick that I will watch. And you can call me anything you want, but it's one of the great chick flicks of all time. Anyway, coming up 3:46. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out! Here we go.
The Kimmer Show is only live on Extra 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
But first, insurrection twice today. Jew-hating Democrats shut down the Senate cafeteria right after they shut down a Senate Armed Services Committee hearing this morning. This was an insurrection. They stopped the people's business. The federal building could not get to where they're supposed to go. They were not allowed to do what they're supposed to do. 2 insurrections in one day. And you think they're going to be in solitary confinement for 3 years and wait for a trial?
Nope. They're special.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons. We've always been Atlanta's best at installing and servicing garage and entry doors, but you would be surprised at how many windows we've installed as well. So we're proud to announce a new division, All Four Seasons Windows. We now have the ability to make sure every opening in your house is safe, energy efficient, and looks darn good. So give us a call today to schedule your free sales consultation. Find out how you can decrease your energy bills and increase the beauty and value of your home with All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows.
Well, Stephen, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we ran your background check and there were several red flags.
Like what?
You were arrested 7 times for reckless driving.
So?
So you're applying for the school's bus driver position.
If you're in charge of hiring for your company, you know how helpful a background screening can be. That's why companies that use Horizon Background Screening make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com. Horizonscreening.com.
Hey there, it's Janelle King, host of The Janelle King Show, right here on Extra 106.3 FM, where we are unafraid and unapologetic. We explore the topics that matter the most. You can catch us on Saturdays at 4 p.m. and encore episode on Sundays at 9 a.m. And catch up on past episodes by going to the podcast park right here at Extra 106.3 or wherever you get your podcasts every single Tuesday. Until then, stay unafraid, stay unapologetic, and never stop seeking the truth.
Yeah, I love day games. I'm parked on the roof of the parking lot. 3:49. Did we ever get the final score? Braves, I think, got creamed. Last I heard it was 7-0, and we're still playing. But anyway, it's a beautiful day now. Gorgeous afternoon after that storm passed through. How you doing, Leon? Here we go. It's the Pointer Sisters. Yeah, boy. They had some great songs.
16-4.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
16-4, and it's the bottom of the 9th.
They're still playing?
Jeez, that's embarrassing to a team like the Mets.
God, who was pitching? Oh my God! What
was it? Fried again starting?
I'm not sure. Let me find out.
Well, we'll have to get the. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, you write them off every now and then. You have one of those.
What the heck? Anyway, here's the Pointer Sisters, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on board with the June Pointer on this day in 2006. The youngest of the 4 girls, June Pointer, went from teenage gospel singers to the top of the pop charts with hits such as Fire, Slow Hand, and I'm So Excited. And June Pointer, the youngest girl, died of cancer on this day. She was only 52 in 2006. And more coming up on the OJ dead at 76 years old. In fact, my buddy Kevin, the pilot, posted a meme, and it showed a picture of OJ, and it said, just in, OJ Simpson admitted he killed those people and then slumped over dead. And by the way, the announcement came from his children, and I felt bad for them, you know. I mean, the announcement said, please respect our private dot, and I thought, I will. I can't say anything bad about his kids or his family. And I always wondered one day when they grew up, after, 30 years ago, whether one of them would say, gee, Daddy, why did you kill Mommy, or whatever. Anyway, 351, holy cow. Birthday list includes Joss Stone. That's a girl singer, 37, British singer. Do you know her, Flounder? You ever heard of Joss, Joss Stone?
Yeah, she's in the early 2000s. She's just a vocal.
Yeah, 37. She's had some hits. I really don't know her, but I thought maybe someone else would, so I added it on the list here today. And on this day in history, what the hell was I just going to do? Well, I guess I know what I was going to do. In fact, I was going to ask Flounder to do this, but he was in a bad mood when I kept asking him to do more stuff before the show started.
Get off his back.
I know. I get in. Your wife said, leave me alone. I'm working. It's my God. Anyway, so I was going to, and I didn't want to ask him because I knew he was going to throw something at me, but I was going to have him do this because this is a very special day now that I think about it. It was on this, now I've written over my own date. I can't read what I wrote because I typed it and then I printed over it. There it is. 1936. On this day, groups of 4 guys wearing funny striped clothes and straw hats are cheering on this day in 1936 because somebody created the SPEBSQSA, the Society for the Preservation and Encouragement of Barbershop Quartet Singing in America. I love barbershop. And my buddy George was a barbershopper guy, the Marietta Chicken Chorus. They have the ladies' chorus up there. I used to listen to barbershop and I used to go to their concerts. And I'm going to bring my magic music stick in one of these days.
I talked to her upon the telephone.
The best parts of barbershop are the ending where they call it the stinger, where they go way up high and way down low. Can you just maybe go to an ending? I don't. Some of them don't always go.
Excuse me. Happy ending?
Yeah, happy. If you can get to the ending.
It just ended.
Oh, it just did? Oh, rats. Anyway, well, the best parts of the ending where they go way up high and the bass goes way down low, and it's a stinger or something I call it. And it's I love barbershop. And so I'm going to have Flounder. I'm going to pick out a couple of barbershop songs for this someday soon. Someday soon. He put Judy Collins someday soon in there for me, too. Let's see. I know. 353. One of our favorite comedians who passed away not too long ago was famous for his comments on people in the news, not only the Clintons, which you hear in a second, but also our Norm Macdonald talking about O.J. Simpson.
In his book, O.J. Simpson says that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck when the one guy who would have died for you kills you. That's probably... You don't get worse luck than that. And O.J. announced this week that he's coming out with a new book called I Want to Tell You. And if it's successful, O.J. will work on yet another book entitled From Football to Prison, My 25 Years of Showering with Other Men. And finally, in honor of the 50th anniversary of their first publication, Random House will be releasing special commemorative issues of many Dr. Seuss classics. The first to hit the bookshelves will be Green Eggs and Ham and O.J. is Guilty. Judge Ito was interviewed this week by a local TV station in Los Angeles. Asked by the interviewer if it was appropriate for a supposedly impartial judge to be on TV with his case still pending, Ito said, maybe not, but how appropriate is it to kill your ex-wife? It was revealed today that O.J. Simpson told police that Nicole Brown Simpson used to beat him up. He also claimed that she and Ron Goldman killed him. Let's get to O.J. O.J. Simpson's lawyers say they don't want the families of Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman in the courtroom during the trial. They're afraid the presence of the family members will just remind O.J. of how much more killing he still has to do.
Do we have time to play the Clinton one? Remember he was it The View? He was on The View. He was talking about the Vince Foster case or something. We've got time to work that in a couple minutes, don't we? Yeah, here's Norm Macdonald. Speaking of killing people.
See, I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Oh. Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Yeah, you know, no accusations without.
That's a little too far.
That's the way it doesn't work.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Yeah.
This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice, okay? Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No. Listen, we don't need to talk
want to get
about
into this, and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on to it.
Exactly.
Get with it.
There you go.
This is a live show.
Norm, but you have been properly chastised by Barbara, so I'm not going to ask the next question.
I thought it was a matter of record.
Shut up.
Okay.
Let me do this, okay?
I'll tell you what's a matter of record. You will not be invited back if you don't shut up. All right. Let's talk football.
All right, manslaughter.
Let's talk football.
Have you ever met a group of nastier, more vicious, hate-filled people whose names are Sunny, Whoopi, and Joy? And they're probably three of the most hate-filled, negative, nasty females on the planet, which I think is freaking hysterical. By the way, coming up, a TikToker's getting all kinds of social media reviews, including by me. And here we go again. We got a lot of stuff coming up with the younger generation, which I think you might be able to relate to. Also, a quick thank you. My buddy Clayton, a Kimmer Show listener, Clayton sent me a picture out of the blue on my message thing of the album cover that was drawn by Christine McVie. Because as you know, every night when I go home, Christine sings to me, calls me baby on my car, and when she sings to me on my car and calls me baby, so she's my special girl. And he sent me a picture of the album cover that she drew. I put it on Facebook. It's a beautiful, I didn't know she was an artistic type person. Anyway, thank you so much, Clayton. I really appreciate that very much. Also,
artistic person, she was a musician.
No, well, that's true. But in fact, that's a good point. When I say, I should have said arty. Artistic, of course, would be music and everything else too. But I clearly meant in terms of the art, in terms of drawing or illustration. But you're absolutely correct. Also, I saw Pete. You'll get a kick out of this with the latest people on TV as well as Flounder. TV show, a TV ad for Miracle Ear. They start off with a black couple, and then they have an old lesbian couple. Holding each other on how they're happy that now the lesbian couple can hear each other with their miracle ear, and then the white couple. So they have the black couple, the old lesbian. Now they have to have the old lesbians are now in marketing and advertising for TV, and then finally the third couple they have to have the white couple in there. So, but I thought, oh my God, they went out of their way to make sure that they had old lesbians who also need miracle ear, which is fine. I'm just saying. Also, I was listening to the Rhino this morning with the Rhino, Tug, and the Smart One, and the Rhino was talking about his favorite fight he had where he headbutted a guy who was beating up a girl, and Rhino stepped to her rescue. And I thought, boy, it reminded me, what's your favorite fight you ever had?
Did Rhino catch him right under the chin?
He did. The headbutting right under his noggin. It was perfect. Coming up on 4 o'clock with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. More on that coming up, too.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Making it
it tougher to buy a gun. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. The Justice Department announcing new rules today.
Requiring background checks for all gun dealers engaged in the business of firearms dealing, including for guns sold at gun shows and online.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, thousands of firearms sellers likely to be affected by the rule, which essentially says that anyone who sells firearms for profit must be federally licensed. The White House says it is confident the new regulations will survive the court challenges, which are virtually likely. The Justice Department ignored a noon deadline today to turn over to congressional Republicans the audio recordings of President Biden's questioning by Special Counsel Robert Hur. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan telling Fox.
He knew the facts, he disclosed it, and he kept that information, but he doesn't get charged because Robert Hur says he's a forgetful old man. So we think it's incumbent upon the Justice Department to give us all that evidence.
The Justice Department says they've already delivered a transcript of the interview, and demanding the audio seems to make it political. Japan's Prime Minister Kishida telling a joint session of Congress today China is the greatest strategic challenge to peace and stability in the world, and said the U.S. must continue its global leadership, including its support for Ukraine. Americans of a certain age remembering today where they were when they first heard this.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information.
That was 1995 when O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of the murder of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. His family revealing this morning the Football Hall of Famer has died from prostate cancer. O.J. was 76. America is listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
Rough. Well, we're doing a double rough here now. Outstanding. We've added an extra rough. Maybe it's working for our subliminal messages here. 403, how's it going? Look out, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davidson, Flounder, and Eddie Van Halen. On this day, 1981, Eddie Van Halen married actress Valerie Bertinelli, the co-star of the 1980s TV hit One Day at a Time. Who can ever forget? I mean, she was a cute, chubby little cutie, little happy, smiley, just a sweet little girl chick, actress chick. And One Day at a Time, the two of them met 8 months earlier in 1981 when Valerie Bertinelli's brother took her to a Van Halen concert in Shreveport, Louisiana. And from her going to the concert and them meeting Eddie Van Halen, they got married on this day in 1981, and they divorced 20 years later in 2001. And then Valerie Bertinelli, who, by the way, is in the news because she's complaining about a cooking show or something or other. Valerie Bertinelli, divorced in 2001. She has a new love, a guy who's a cookbook star. And she said she's in love. She can't believe it because after her divorce, a boyfriend came out. She said, I would never fall in love again. It wouldn't happen. And now she says she's never been happier. She can't believe how wonderful it is. And she's feeling terrific. So good for her. Maybe there's a hope for, well, not a hope for anybody. What's that?
Everyone my age had a crush on her.
Yeah, absolutely. She was just that sweet, happy. She was happy. She smiled. She was happy. You would probably have fun being around her. It was, as opposed to today's women. I'm sorry. Anyway, hold on. 405. All the Kimmer Pete Flower. I'm sure I'm jaded. I'm sure I'm biased. What the hell do I know? I've been living in a freaking cave for 25 or 30 years. Holy cow! There's some music. My friends with the Kimmer Pete Flounder and Neil Borch on the road. Neil, how's it going, man? What's up? Hi. Welcome aboard.
Well,
hello.
You ever spend can you hear me?
I hear you now.
You ever spend any time on a farm?
Oh, my grandfather was a farmer, and I fell in love with horses with a great big white Percheron, and at my grandfather's farm. And I said, I want to ride that. I was like 4. He said, I want to ride that horse. He said, go ahead. He said, if you go ahead. And I said, so I tried to get out. I was 4. And he said, go take him out. And of course, I couldn't figure it out. But my grandfather on the farm taught me how to drive a wagon with a 2-team Percheron horse team pulling that wagon, and the he and the haw or the G, or I forgot what it is now. And I didn't really quite get it. But anyway, yes, I've been on the farm. Neil Borch, now it's your turn.
Any cows?
No cow. Oh, well, I had a cow on the ranch where I bought my horse, Jack the Good Boy, down in Florida many years ago, and there was a cow. It was a steer.
You can take the simplest question.
Well, you asked me.
One-word answer is all required.
Well, you asked me how things were up here in the Smoky Mountains where we are right now.
Excellent.
And I just wanted to ask you if you've ever seen a cow pissing on a flat rock.
Yeah, yes, I have. If you haven't experienced that, ladies and gentlemen, don't go near it. Because
that's what we have going right now. And by the way, I was talking to Donna the other day, my queen.
Yes.
And I asked her if she'd ever been on a horse at full gallop. She said no. But I pity people who have never experienced being on a horse at full gallop.
Yeah. Are you a rider, former rider?
I am, yeah.
Do you still ride your horses?
No. I'm old, Kimmer, for God's sake.
Well, so am I. In fact, I fell off. My last horse I rode was a few months ago and fell off in bareback. The big Frisian.
But I did. When I lived in Southern California, there was a place that is now a subdivision. But I would get a horse. I would check it out from El Toro Marine Corps Air Station Special Services. Yeah. And I would get the horse. I'd put a bedroll and some food on it, and I'd head off into the hills, and I'd be gone for 2 or 3 days at a time.
Oh, man, I envy. I never got a chance to do that. I can only imagine, especially out in that area of the desert and wide open spaces, it must have been heavenly. Heavenly.
I understand that somebody had a great line, and I can't really remember the whole thing, but O.J. Simpson rejoicing that the man that killed Nicole is finally dead.
Yeah, right. He finally got justice for the guy who killed his wife.
Well, I called him a very ugly name on Facebook. I'm just waiting for the Facebook censors to step in. I have an apology, Kimmer.
Oh, really?
To make.
Okay, sir.
Yes. To the Atlanta and the Georgia, the wonderful people, all of them educated in Atlanta government schools who work for the DMV.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, I put something on Facebook the other day. I posted something, this idiotic, stupid, mindless, brain-dead statement that Sonny Holston, or whatever his name is, made, that the eclipse is an indication of climate change.
Yeah, climate change, global warming, climate change,
and I said, this kind of stupidity is only reserved for people who work for the DMV.
Oh, boy.
Now I feel bad about that, because even people that work at the DMV are not that stupid.
That's true. I think that's true. I mean, it's idiocy. In fact, we were just saying that 3 of the most nasty, evil women in the world are named Sunny, Joy, and Whoopi.
I've always thought that was Whoopi.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, I thought she was Italian.
Yeah, I couldn't pull that off really once you see her.
And the only thing that Eddie Van Halen ever did in his life that was worthwhile was Valerie Bertinelli.
Yeah, she was a sweetie, and God bless her. She's happy now. She found love. She never thought she would again, and she's overcome with it. She's just as happy as she could be. God bless her.
Happy for people who are happy because they found their love. Yeah. And I did that in 1971.
Boy, I envy you. Outstanding.
Yeah. So I remember. You wouldn't remember Ben Baldwin on Atlanta radio back then.
I remember the name. I don't remember hearing him, but I know the name. Absolutely, I know the name.
Well, we went to a football game, and on the way home, he said, "By the way, Carolyn has somebody she wants you to meet when you get back." Oh, no, you didn't set me up on... Yeah, I did. Well, I walked into their living room, and there's Donna, and I mean, it took me 10 seconds before I just thought to myself, man, I got to have some of that.
Oh, how respectful. I got to tear off a chunk of that little chick. Hey, ho.
Well, no, I'm being honest.
I'm going to wreck that chick. I'm going to murder that broad.
Now, do you sing... Sing, S-I-N-G.
Yes. Oh,
you do.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear part of that. I was laughing to myself. I'm sorry. Say again, please. Did I miss sing?
Yeah, you are your own best audience, aren't you?
Apparently, yes.
Barbershop quartets?
Yeah, I love barbershop. Sorry.
We have a...
Oh, we lost him. Ah! Well, we'll keep trying. Is that a phone? It's obviously not the normal setup. That sounds like a phone thing and not our good quality thing.
Yeah, he's on the phone because he's traveled. Let me troubleshoot for a minute. So.
Okay, doc. Well, anyway. All right. Well, in the meantime, again, 411 and Neil Bortz, and he said he was in the Smoky Mountains. I don't no longer ask him where he is because I don't think he wants me to know unless he wants me to know.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
He's obviously north of me, and it's raining here, so he may be under some.
Well, it's probably a thing. And plus, if you're in the mountains, you never know what you're going to get up in the mountains. In the meantime, we will continue to persevere. I don't want to really start anything in case he comes right back. So we'll do a couple of things. In fact, you want to take a quick break? Let me do something for a minute and then a couple of things, and then we'll maybe take a quick break while Flounder tries to get him back. Oh, he's back? There we go. Neil Bortz.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Oh, there you go. I don't know. It's probably the weather. Pete says it's where he is, it's starting to storm again. Where you are in the Smokies, could be a little weather thing. Anyway, welcome back.
A little blue sky. Anyway, at this Lulu's, this breakfast place, one table of about 8 guys once or twice a month come in there, and they all sing barbershop, and they just sit there eating pancakes, drinking coffee, and singing songs, and it's really amazing.
Well, I'm just an old-fashioned goof, and I love barbershop. I've seen them in person. The way they entertain, they do skits and make jokes about people in the audience. I mean, it's a whole thing. But my favorite part of the barbershop is at the very ending when they have the stinger, where the high note goes way up high and the bass goes way down low, and they make it all happen together with a beautiful blending of the harmony, and I love harmony. I love choirs and choruses and harmony, and I love barbershop. And this was the day when they invented the Barbershop Preservation Society. So that's why.
Okay, I'm going to give you something right now that you're going to thank me for a long time.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the group? I can't remember the name of the damn group, but
I probably know them. Yes.
Yeah. Well, they have a song called "Memories."
Okay.
And God, what's the name? Anyway.
Memories. Well, we'll look it up. We'll Google who does Memories.
No. You want to go on YouTube.
Okay.
And you want to click on Memories.
Okay.
This is a really famous group, but I'm having a senior moment right now.
I do it every day.
You want to search for Memories.
Okay.
And then you want to look for a choir out of Ogden, Utah.
Choir Ogden. I'm writing this down. Choir.
No, you don't have to write. Just Memories. You'll see. Okay. You'll see the various renditions on YouTube.
Okay.
Why Maroon? Is there a group called Maroon something there?
Yeah, Maroon 5.
That's it.
Famous rock group.
Maroon.
Oh, okay. They did that. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah, very well.
It's their song Memories. But look for these kids singing Memories, and they're all doing it by Zoom. They're all at a different location. They're all singing their different parts. It is one of the most amazing videos you will ever see, and it's this kids' chorus somewhere out of Utah.
In fact, guess what, Neil? Flounder has come up with that. Can we play a little bit of that audio? Here. I think he's got it for it. Here we go.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the dreams bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Close to the ones here today. Close to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the dreams bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember.
That's fine. But again, it's beautiful. In fact, it reminds me, Neil, I mentioned this not too long ago. One of my favorite things to do, and I do it like every 6 or 8 or 10 months, I'll suddenly get an urge to Google the Do-Re-Mi flash mob. And if you've never seen it, it's at a train station in London or someplace, or New York, I don't know where it is, but it's a train station or some kind of big transit station. And all of a sudden they start, one person at a time starts to sing, and then and it's a flash mob singing Do-Re-Mi from the famous movie. And I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. And then they disappear slowly into the crowd. And in fact, I'm gonna when I go home tonight, I'm gonna do it again just because I'm thinking about how much fun I have watching that silly little flash mob of Do-Re-Mi.
Yeah, but watch these kids do memories, though.
I will when I get home. I will do.
Unbelievably good, and I just watch it over and over and over again. And I get, sadly, I get teary-eyed when I watch it. They just do such a beautiful job.
Yeah, I get emotional with it.
Now I'm going to go watch your Do-Re-Mi thing. How do you spell it?
Honestly, how do you spell it? D-O-R-E-M-I, Do-Re-Mi. And just Google Do-Re-Mi flash mob, and it's the Julie Andrews song, and it'll be at some train station, and I guarantee you will want to watch it again. You'll be amazed. The choreography, you wonder how the hell they pull it off. How do they audition for this? How do they practice it? Because it's like 100 of them. I mean, anyway, I'm sorry I keep talking about it, but it's really fun.
on this memories thing, every one of those kids is in their home, some of them are in their car, and they're all doing this. They're doing their parts separately.
Oh, that's
by
fantastic.
Zoom.
That's really cool.
And it's amazing. Now, did you hear about the 85-year-old?
Yes. Yeah, I got it right here in front of me. In fact, I'm going to talk about a 14-year-old boy trying to save his girlfriend from two balaclava-wearing scumbags. But that heroic mom, 85, tell the story if you want. What a great story this is.
It is. I mean, a home intruder came into her home in Idaho. You know, there's some bad people in Idaho.
Yeah.
And
Bingham County it was.
Yeah, and he pulled out he's 39 years old. He's not going to get any older.
Well, it was 2 o'clock it was 2 o'clock in the morning. The setup is this woman, 85-year-old in Idaho, sleeping 2 o'clock in the morning. She found this guy named Condon dressed in a military jacket and a black ski mask, pointing a 9mm pistol at her and shining a flashlight in her face. That's how it all started when he woke her up at 2 o'clock in the morning in her house.
He tied her, didn't he? Handcuffed her into a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And left her in the living room, threatening her. She said, all my money is in a safe downstairs. While he went downstairs looking for it, she wheeled herself into her bedroom, got a .357 Magnum, brought it back into the living room, and when he came back, she just nailed him. Unfortunately, he also shot her, but she survived. He did not. He is food for worms.
Yeah. When he came into the room, he hit her in the face, and she bled all over the floor and the pillows and everything else. Handcuffed her to the chair, and then started. She said she had a couple of safes. He went looking for stuff. Also, she was trying to protect her son, who's disabled, and she didn't even tell him that there was some. He said, "Is there anybody else in the house?" And she said no. When he found out her son wasn't there, an elderly son was in the house, he got ticked off and beat her up some more. And then when he started to go looking for stuff, she said she got her gun, and then she said, "I'm going to wait and see what he's going to do." She hid the gun between her armrest and a cushion in the chair where he handcuffed her, and she said, "I'm going to wait to see what he does next." And then she said, "You know what? It's now or never," and she shot him. Here's the bad news: a .357 Magnum. She shot him twice, and he still is alive at the time. He fired shots at her, struck her in the stomach and the leg and the arm and the chest. Thank God she's still alive. But holy cow, 85 years old.
I know it. She's going to make it.
Yeah.
And the prosecuting attorney up there in Bingham County said it was the most justifiable homicide.
Yeah, Your Honor, we don't really need to,
but there is also there's another category of homicide that I think that she's actually guilty of, and that's praiseworthy.
What's that?
Praiseworthy homicide.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, there you go. That's a new category that we need to bring that back into the public domain.
And in other news today, did you know that Costco sold gold bars?
I thought it was only for a congressman from New Jersey. I had no idea that Costco sold gold bars. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Wow. I guess they have everything. You can buy caskets. I guess you'll be able to buy gold bars.
And okay, Kimmer, what pronoun are you going by today?
Oh, well, in fact, shall I tell you a quick story? For some reason,
there's no way to stop you.
Well, but just very quick, the VA. I'm going through a whole thing, the last thing about Vietnam and the VA stuff like that. Anyway, the VA for some reason has me make an appointment coming up next week for the whole thing to have an interview about medical things for the VA and claim stuff like that. And when they called me to make the appointment, the girl on the phone said, "And which pronouns do you prefer?" And to me, I swear to God, this is a VA working clinic person. And I said, don't start giving me the pronoun stuff. Are you guys into that now? And she said, sir, it's written down. I have to ask you. I have to ask you, what is your preferred pronoun? And I said, I'm a man. That's my preferred pronoun. God. So, yes, I have. My preferred pronoun is me, mine, and I.
I have never had anybody say, my pronouns are, or ask me what. I've never had, but I don't know how I'm going to react to the first imbecile that walks up to me and says, well, my pronouns are. And I think I'd start. Your pronouns are dip and something else.
Well, I think I'd probably start laughing or saying, "Oh my God!" Or I think I'd probably react badly, but I tried not to. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, how are you supposed to handle that? So that means I have to call you they? So what does that mean for me? I don't care what your pronouns are. What's that got to do with me? You can call yourself anything you want, but you can't tell me what to call you. I mean, so where do you get off doing that? It's unbelievable, the nerve of these people.
And nobody's called me bro yet.
I got called bro down in Florida by like a 20-year-old guy in the parking lot of the Hyatt. Of the Hyatt in the parking lot at night, coming back from seeing the kids on vacation. And I was going into the extended part of the parking lot, and I rolled the window down. There was guys coming the other way, and I said, "Hey, this is part of our parking lot thing." He said, "Yeah, you got a ticket upstairs, bro." I thought, I'm 78 years old. What do you mean, bro? Unbelievable. Did we lose Neil? Are you still there? Oh, my God, we lost Neil and we lost Pete.
Yeah, so let me call Neil back. I guess the weather's bad.
All right, well, let's take a break and we'll figure. You want to play some? We'll play a couple of spots. Again, folks, the weather's getting awful in various places, and apparently up where Pete is. And so his link just died, and Neil's just died, and so I'm going to die myself. So good night, everybody. And it's a 423, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and we'll figure it out. Don't worry, it's all good. We got stuff.
Hi, I'm Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack. We specialize in only foundation repair. What makes Atlanta Ramjack special is the crews. Our crews are the most experienced people in the industry. Foundation repairs has many aspects. We do helical piers, hydraulically driven piles, we do polyfoam injection, we pressure grout, we do carbon fiber reinforcement. There's multiple solutions to foundation repairs. If you see any signs of foundation issues, please contact us at atlantaramjack.com.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food, and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
Is this the year you want to grow your business? Do you want to expand your team? Build a new office? Hey, it's Tug, and I want to tell you about First Liberty Building and Loan. Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you're dealing with a new person? You won't have to with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they can help you too. They know the patterns, they know the ebbs and flows, and they know business. Now the Frost family wants to know you. FirstLibertyGA.com. Buying a building, building a building, buying a franchise, or expanding. Reach out and spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. FirstLibertyGA.com. By the way, if you're a young banker and you want to work with a team that's faith-friendly with a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to First Liberty Building and Loan at FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
Returning to Metro Atlanta April 26th to the 28th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic presented by Venture is Georgia's only PGA Tour Champions event. Enjoy local craft brews and scenic views of the par 3 11th hole and an exciting atmosphere at the Perch. Pick your favorite hole to watch along the ropes or find public seating throughout the course. Children 15 and under receive complimentary tickets with purchase by an adult. Join the party at TPC Sugarloaf in Duluth, Georgia. Tickets available at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com/tickets.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRU prep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
You shouldn't need a degree in finance to choose a checking account. That's why we made Truist One Checking. No trade-offs, no compromise, no hassle. Just the stuff you want from a bank that cares. And that means no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and automatic upgrades. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Visit truist.com/one. Truist.com/ONE. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Dun, 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 dun. Look out. I got you. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 427, 428, let's call it. Neil Borch, thank you for your participation. We'll do every Thursday. We try to talk to Neil, see what's going on. I think I talked a little too much. I don't know. I don't think he hung up on me because I was talking too much, but it's possible. We had some kind of weird thing going on. Anyway, how you doing? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. This is Alice Cooper. And this day, 1977, Alice Cooper played to an audience of 40,000 people in Sydney, Australia, the largest crowd to attend a rock concert in that country's history in 1977. After the show, though, Alice Cooper got put under house arrest at his hotel until he posted a bond of $60,000, which was what the promoter claimed he paid Cooper for an Australian tour show 2 years earlier that he never made. Well, they finally settled the dispute when it was found out that the promoter didn't actually do his part of the deal either. So they got, anyway, there you go. Freaking rockers, man. Alice Cooper's good, guys. Is he the one bit the head off the snake or the bird or whatever it was?
That was Ozzy.
What did Alice do? He had a snake, right? Didn't he have a snake? A bat. What did Alice do? Didn't Alice Cooper have something with an animal?
Alice Cooper had a snake he would wrap around himself.
Yeah. And he's a golfer, right? Isn't he a big golfer?
Yeah.
Christian
and golfer.
Yeah. And a conservative, basic. Yeah. Hardly. In fact, he does that commercial about on a golf course, where they say, you want to rock, I'll show you how to rock something other, and then the rocker shows up and it's Alice Cooper, I think. They're taking over a golf cart and getting in trouble on a golf course. I forgot what the ad
that's Billy Idol. But
that was Billy Idol? Oh, well, never mind.
By the way,
I'm pretty impressed I remembered the commercial at all, to be honest with you.
I felt bad for Neil there. He basically just going to set up his whole show, his bit. All he needed was a one-word answer. Have you ever been on a farm?
Yes, I have.
And you went on a 5-minute diatribe.
Well, that's where I met my first horse that I fell in love with, and why I got Jack the Good Boy, and was my special thing, and my whole life was the thing because of that horse. So I could
just see Neil putting the phone down and walking around the bus before you had finished.
Honey, he's doing it again. We got a break now already. Do we? No. Oh my God! Is this time to break, or are we starting a new break, a new segment?
No, we'll break at 45.
Okay.
Again, we got a little mixed with Neil leaving us early.
Okay, so I had to realize what we're doing here. 4:30. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and again the Braves got creamed. What was it, 16-4? He said, or say,
yeah.
In the ninth inning was 16-4. They had a chance to pull it off, I guess. Good grief! I don't know. We'll try to find out what happened for you. Our birthday list includes Joel Gray. We just talked about his daughter a couple of days ago. Joel Gray. What was that? Joel Gray is 92. He won a Tony and an Oscar as the MC in Cabaret. He's also probably most proud of fathering Dirty Dancing star Jennifer Gray, who changed her entire appearance with that nose job, but nobody believed it was she after all. Joel Gray's 92 years old. And on this day in history, 1996, precursor to the days of doing everything for attention on social media. What a story. 1996, this day, a 7-year-old girl named Jessica Dubras was learning to fly an airplane. Daddy and a teacher were so proud of her. She was the youngest pilot anywhere around her area there, and learning to fly her plane, 7 years old. She wanted to become the youngest pilot ever to fly across the country. Everybody said, whoa, this is going to be great. So Daddy and the pilot trainer, instructor, and little 7-year-old Jessica got on board the plane in Cheyenne, Wyoming, took off into the skies, and crashed and killed all of them on board. 7, trying to be the youngest pilot to fly across the country. I remember when that happened. I thought, what the hell were you thinking? I mean, what's the point?
Bad parents.
Even with an instructor, I mean, the very idea. You can't be a 7-year-old pilot. Come on. Anyway, I guess you can. I mean, once, or temporarily. And by the way, she had flown. I mean, this wasn't her first flight. She was a pilot. She was flying, before. Anyway, was she the one who got invited to Russia? Didn't the guy before Putin? I don't remember. Anyway, 4:32. By the way, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, your 4 o'clock hour, sponsored by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. You need a safe. If you don't think you do, you do. Keep your Social Security card and all your important stuff in there. Come on, you're killing me. They have a showroom in Ackworth, on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. Yes.
We have a couple of breaking OJ-related news.
Excellent. Please do.
Seems that he died owing more than $100 million to the families. They're going after his estate now to get what they can.
Well, I think he owed him for the first case, the Goldman case, but they couldn't touch his pension. He was able to. You're not legally allowed to take someone's pension if that's not part of what you earn after the fact.
Right.
But did he even have it? Does it say he hasn't? I didn't know he had an estate worth anything other than his pension.
Oh, yeah. He's got an estate. Who knows how much he's had in it.
But why hadn't he had to pay the
Khloe
Goldman?
Kardashian. Well, because he lost a civil lawsuit.
I know. I'm saying, but if he still has an estate, why wasn't he forced to pay the estate to the Goldmans a long time ago? Because he owed them all that money.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm sorry. And the Kardashians, what now?
Khloe Kardashian is getting flooded with condolences. Why is she getting flooded with condolences today?
Well, is she one of his lovers or something?
No, supposedly she's his daughter.
Oh, boy.
He bragged about having sex with Chris in a hot tub.
Oh, boy.
A lot of people. Yeah, she kind of looks, she's a big girl, too.
And is that Robert Kardashian's daughter, right? Is that his daughter?
Allegedly.
Well, no, I mean, but Robert Kardashian's daughter is Kardashian, and OJ theoretically banged his lawyer's daughter. Is that what we're saying? Or his daughter's wife?
He screwed Kris Jenner.
Okay.
She was married to...
Kris Jenner's the mother.
Right, but she was married to who? Kardashian or Bruce
Robert
Jenner?
Kardashian. He was one of the lawyers on the OJ trial.
I know who Robert Kardashian was, but in other words, was OJ having sex with Robert Kardashian's relative?
Wife.
That's what I said.
Wife.
His wife.
said
not his
daughter.
daughter. That's why I asked you whether it's his daughter or his wife. So O.J. was banging his lawyer's wife. Okay. So
Kinda,
he's
yeah.
definitely going to hell. You don't even get to do that to a lawyer.
And guess what Chloe is doing today? You know, she's getting condolences.
Yeah.
She's putting out videos of her at the gym.
Oh, boy. Have a good workout, you know. That's another day. Oh, my. I wonder if she knows. I guess she probably hears the rumor, right?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Anyway,
She knows.
Good Lord. Unbelievable. Oh, I know. 4:35. Let's do that other story before I forget it. The angry Gen Z guy. And we'll talk about the Biden administration taking your guns away again here, too, especially at gun shows. But first, this is making rounds all over the place. And it's just there's a lot of young kid stuff going on in the news today, including a warning from police departments about a game that high school kids, especially seniors, are playing that could get them killed. First of all, hot inflation numbers. I just showed you two things happened today. Last night I filled up at the Shell gas station near the Battery. $4.90 for 1 gallon of gasoline high test for my car. Also, I got a notice last night in the mail from my Exxon credit card. They're taking away the service where they help you if you have somebody steals your identity. They're not doing that for you anymore. So they're limiting their services, and they're jacking up their annual percentage rate for ExxonMobil to 34.2%. 34% interest rate on your credit card. Okay, Gen Z. Here's a guy, I'm not sure what he calls himself. He's a Gen Z American, went on TikTok, and he says he should be making enough money to be able to live, and he can't. Flounder, if you will, sir. The TikTok kid. TikTok influencer. On
right
TikTok, talking with people.
Can somebody explain to me?
Yike!
Can somebody explain to me in crayon-eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys! That's not! That should not be our standard! I am so tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them us over.
No.
When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now. But I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it? Why? And then I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another $60 billion to a country nobody can point out on a map. Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone and forgotten.
That's he calls himself Nick, and a couple of days ago, he posted another viral video. He said he used to vote in favor of the Republican Party, but he says he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't think anybody can just stop the stupid spending. He says, how many homeless veterans are on the street right now? Government overreaching, government overspending continue to happen. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And here's a kid who's makes 3 times the minimum wage. Of course, the official minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, but still. He's got a point. He's definitely got a point. And
hopefully there's millions like him.
Yeah. Well, he's on TikTok, so there are millions like him. Thinking about it now, I mean, if it's on TikTok, it's everywhere.
Well, you know what? This was over a year ago when I lived there in Sandy Springs.
Yeah.
This was a year ago.
Yeah.
I paid $2,300 for a 2-bedroom apartment. So I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, tell me about it. Absolutely. Anyway, I mean, and again, the price of everything. No question about it. By the way, a warning from police departments, and again, speaking of young kids, And this is, here we go. I'll just tell you about it as it is. Police departments all over the country, particularly in the Arlington Heights Police Department outside Chicago, I guess this is, have said warning parents all over the country about a new game called Senior Assassins. Senior Assassins is a game played by high school seniors, mostly seniors all over the country, an annual springtime tradition where they try to eliminate others in the match by using squirt guns, and the goal being to squirt other people in the game before they squirt you, and being the last person who was squirted, therefore you're the winner. The problem is you're not allowed to do it on school property, so they do it in the neighborhoods, they do it in malls, they do it in stores, and what happens is these kids with these plastic black guns are running around chasing people, and to other people, this doesn't look like a game with water guns. The unintentional result, the cops say, of running throughout the community with a water gun resembling a look-alike firearm could have deadly consequences. They're bringing the game into the public. Bystanders aren't aware of what's going on, and the cop says players locating their opponents all over the local parks, gathering spaces in the community. They're chasing neighbors through yards, showing up in the car or on foot. The state of Illinois has increasing numbers of people with a concealed carry license, the cops say, and their concealed firearm in public for self-defense, and they're alerting residents, watch out, because if you see kids running around chasing each other with guns, it may be or may not be a real one. In fact, one guy called the cops just the other day, said, there's guys with a gun running around running through my freaking yard. And so the cops showed up, and it was these guys' games with their water guns. So, I mean, again, it's just, what can I tell you?
Because of the gangbangers running around, you just can't do that anymore. Well, and by the way, it seems like a lot of squirting going on in the young people these days.
Apparently, that's true. Of one way or another, 441. This is kind of, speaking of Chicago, I don't know why I brought up Chicago. Well, yes, I do. There's a new. I've got to get my phone thing here to get some reaction. There's a new attempt to get George Floyd back into the news again with a whole nother example of it. A new George Floyd case. There's what happened was in Chicago, there was a police shooting where it was a traffic stop and then gunfire, and the police killed a black guy. Okay, that's the bottom line, which does not tell the truth at all. But that's how they're using it as kind of a memo. What happened was a guy was stopped by police officers. Let me get my thing on here to get the whole story there for you. His guy's name is Dexter, and his mother says he was just riding around in his car and they killed him. Dexter Reed is his name, and the police officers killed him. Dexter was pulled over, in fact, for a traffic stop and responded by pulling his own gun and shooting the police officers. So the police officers shot back. And clearly, the aftermath of the George Floyd death is a new tyranny of the minority in corporate America with bogus studies and so on and so forth. But here's what's happened. Now, some of the reaction has been the media is trying to push a new George Floyd movement after the shooting in Chicago. In fact, they defended themselves. Here's what the headline said in the Washington Post. Quote, police fire 96 shots in 11 seconds, killing black man during traffic stop. Police fired 96 shots in 11 seconds, killing black man during traffic stop. Well, because he tried to kill them. Shot and killed by police after traffic stop. Yeah, because he shot them. They pulled him over. He did not cooperate, pulled his gun, and fired at the police. Point blank. Now, what would you do? I'd fire every freaking round I had to make sure he was dead. That's wrong? They only shot him 96 times. I guess they ran out of bullets. Give me a break. And now the mother is saying they killed him. He was riding around in the car and they killed him. And I guarantee you that black lawyer named Crump, I think his name is going to show these pimps. They're racist, divisive, cop-killing pimps. And they show up every time there's a black guy shot by the cops. They all show up and they get, and this woman, this family, all they want is their monies. They want to have the GoFundMes. They want to have Black Lives Matter. They want to have all this stuff so they can get their monies. And by the way, lady, not only only do you not deserve any money, you ought to probably go to jail yourself. You raised a monster. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't raise him at all. You raised a punk who, instead of being cooperative when the police pulled him over for breaking the law, he tried to kill him. The guy raised in your house, which was unraised. You didn't raise him to have any respect for his life and death or anybody else. So screw you. Money my ass. You deserve jail time. You did this to him. You made this scumbag a gangster. You turned him into a would-be cop killer. And the mother says, oh, my poor baby, give me a break. That's like George Floyd's mother. Remember George Floyd's mother? Oh, no, I'm sorry. The guy in Ferguson, Missouri. Damn it, I wrote the thing down. Michael Brown's mother and grandmother got in a fight because Michael Brown's grandmother was selling T-shirts saying, poor Michael Brown, hands up, don't shoot. And Michael Brown's mother, who never raised him, got mad, and so she sued the grandmother to get the money from the grandmother she was making off his dead body T-shirts. What a bunch of scumbags. Make sure you get enough money. Oh, my God. You raised a scumbag would-be cop killer, and you were just not fair.
Did you see the Scarlett O'Hara fainting job the mama did at the press conference? Clay and Buck said it was right out of Dave Chappelle's show or something. Catch me.
Unbelievable. Honest to God. I'm so, they're pimps. They're pimps. And they got these lawyers like that guy Crump. He was the one who showed up at all these other the recent cases.
The bad thing is the media, the Washington Post, doing a headline that if you're just reading the headline, you're thinking, oh, my God, the cops killed this poor innocent man.
Yep. And, in fact, there were other headlines, too. I think that they changed them a little bit, but they still said things like, hold on, flying, swear to God. Dexter Reed shooting video, Copa releases bodygram. Dexter Reed shot, killed by Chicago police after traffic stop. Cops fired 96 shots at black motorist, killing him. Fired nearly 100 shots over 41 seconds during fatal stop. Unbelievable. No wonder they think that all cops are Jesus. I mean, this is just anti-American. This is unpatriotic, anti-American. It's hurting our culture. It's hurting our country. They should, shut them down. We can't trust them. God, we can't shut down free press because it's not free anymore. Anyway, 446. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. We got more. We got so much more, man. Look out.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays, anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com. It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Tax season again, and again, most people have no clue about how much income taxes they pay to the federal government. Those are the ones that say, I didn't have to pay anything. I'm getting some back. Well, the Wall Street Journal had a little poll to see if people had a clue about who paid what in income taxes. Most people thought the top 1% of income earners paid about 1% of the income taxes. Wrong. They pay 42%. 1/3 of Democrats said 1%. 22% said about a 30%. 25% said 12%. Nobody guessed the 42%. 54% of the people questioned wanted high-income earners to pay more. They should pay their fair share. Boy, do the Democrats and the left love that phrase. People should pay their fair share of income taxes. Now, if these people knew that the top 1% of income earners paid 42% of all of the income taxes, maybe they wouldn't be shouting, they need to pay their fair share. Why don't they know that? Blame the media. The narrative here that people, rich people, aren't paying their fair share is a Democrat narrative. It's all very simple. The rich aren't paying their fair share, therefore we need to raise taxes. Now, it's just me, and I did study journalism in college, But I thought the media was supposed to report the facts. They know the facts, my friends. The media, they know these statistics. They will not report them. Why not? Because it goes against the Democrat narrative that evil rich people need to pay their fair share. The facts are ignored to promote Democrat slogans. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Spring's here, and it's time to take advantage of our beautiful Georgia weather. This is Jim Niarchos from the All Four Seasons Home Show. You spend a lot of that outdoor time on your deck, right? What? You don't have a deck or you need to replace it? Then you must join us this Saturday morning at 9 when our guests will be Outback Deck, the premier designer and builder of quality decks that are not only beautiful, but safe. They'll be sharing their tips on what you need to know before you make that important decision. Outback Deck on the All Four Seasons Home Show here on Extra 106.3.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Spring is the perfect time to bring a group out to a game at Truist Park to enjoy great weather and Braves baseball. Come experience the brand new private Jim Beam Bourbon decks located on the lower level down the left field line. The Jim Beam Bourbon decks have a great view of the field while incorporating a private setting and bar access for your group to easily socialize while you cheer on the Braves. Visit Braves.com/hospitality to snag this amazing new space for your crew this season.
Ozzy's punished another one. Make it 2-0 Braves.
And come experience another brand new space in right field, the Blue Moon Beer Garden, offering the largest variety of Molson Coors beer options and unique food pairings. And there's a special ticket offer for any weekday game during the regular season. Tickets are only $30 and include a grandstand reserved game ticket and $15 added value to use toward food or beverage. A limited number of tickets are available for this special offer, so lock in your seats now at Braves.com/Blue Moon. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Is the tax deadline causing you anxiety? Searching for elusive 1099s and trying to uncover any exemptions? If so, you're not alone. Every year, Georgians find themselves looking backwards to file with the IRS, reporting tax history. But what if you were to flip the script? Not just report your taxes, but actually planning for them. We're Master Plan Retirement Consultants. We're local, with offices in Marietta. We work with folks just like you to create a personalized, tax-efficient strategy designed to last a lifetime, a crucial piece to the holistic retirement plan. Do you have a retirement roadmap? You should. It's never too late. Visit masterplanretire.com. Don't wait any longer. Visit masterplanretire.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Bronies, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Top of the world. The Beach Boys. I like this song. That big I haven't heard this song in years. Oh my God. Flounder, I love this. Get your wave. Da, 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 da. I used to do the soprano part too. You know, when I was in 6th grade, I was the first soprano soloist in the boys' glee club in elementary school. And now my voice is down here. I swear to God. The Beach Boys, 1973 with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We're here at the Omni Coliseum in Atlanta, GA. A very low ebb in popularity in America. The show proved a financial disaster for the promoter in 1973. The Beach Boys sold less than 3,000 tickets for the Omni, which seats 16,000. The opening act was Mother's Finest, and the middle of the bill was Bruce Cheat on Your Wifestein, who played a 60-minute set. Elvis Presley performed twice in the Omni, and they had a plaque over the wall to that effect after he died. Yes, sir.
The lead story of that is Mother's Finest was billed, which was a great band, a local band, over Bruce Springsteen, and they misspelled Springsteen's name.
Good. Gave up that little super hottie girl for that Patty girl. Anyway, our birthday list includes Louise Lasser. Remember her? Louise Lasser from the Mary Hartman. Louise Lasser is 85 years old today.
She was Woody Allen's wife.
I believe they were married.
So this must have been 3 or 4 years ago, back when we worked at the old building, and the boss there had booked a concert at State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
You know how many people came?
I remember that.
Less than 100.
Yeah, wasn't that the chubby girl who won the
Lizzo? No, it was a bunch of alternative acts that were supposed to go, and they booked it too soon.
God.
And literally the floor was not even a quarter full.
Oh, God. How'd you like to walk out to perform for a crowd of? Oh, wow. 4:56. Oh my gosh, I'm with a thing here. By the way, don't forget, we'll be talking to Shannon Burke here a little after 5 o'clock. And then Holy Crap at Sports coming up. On this day in 1970, I was going to have you pull the soundbite again, but you were so busy in there, Flounder, I didn't want to put it on you. NASA launches Apollo 13, and at some point we hear, Houston, we have a problem. Apollo 13 was the third manned mission to the moon from Cape Kennedy. 2 days in, Houston, we have a problem. An oxygen tank exploded, and the movie by Opie Ron Howard shows it all. Beautifully done. They made it back safely thanks to Tom Hanks and Kevin Bacon. Apollo 13, and that was a great movie, and it was very touching and very moving. I think did a wonderful job of it. Ron Goldman's broken his silence on his son's murderer's death. And we'll get that for you here in a second. Also, I'm remembering things like Marcia Clark's being criticized for little teeny little short skirts and that birthmark. For some reason, they thought that was some kind of slutty thing going on with her. Her affair, Fanny Style, she had an affair with her BBC, her beautiful, benevolent companion. Her BBC. And Cato and Judge Lancito and all the guys and thing. Anyway, I remember those days. We'll talk more about that coming up. Also, the going to get your guns again coming up. Flounder, how about a little Flounder something or other here? Speaking of OJ trial, a little Dave Chappelle maybe?
Absolutely. Here we go.
Here we go.
My favorite thing that ever happened.
Whoops.
O.J. Simpson, one of the nicest men I've ever met. He was nice to me. He was nice to my friends. The conversation was filled with warmth and levity, humor, and wisdom. We talked for 90 minutes, and then suddenly the Jew said, "You know what? I've got to be going. But it's good to see you again, and I'm glad things went so well." I said, "Thanks, Juice." And my friend said, "Yeah, goodbye, Mr. Juice." They're new to the game. He said, "No, thank you for your hospitality. Good night, guys." And we said, "Good night." And he just walked out of the room. And as soon as the door closed, we all looked at each other like, "That did that."
he did it. He killed her. He killed them both. Yeah, Ron Goldman was delivering her sunglasses. That was his offense.
Bad luck.
He was just, my God, he got up to heaven and said, "Here's your stinking sunglasses to go." I mean, good Lord.
I'll have to look this up, but apparently it was supposed to be another guy. Like Ron Goldman was the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a book or a documentary out that there was supposed to be another.
He'd been stalking her and dating. Whenever she had a guy over there, he went nuts. And by the way, it's true. He did come out with a book called Rupert Murdoch canceled the planned book by News Corp by HarperCollins, which Simpson offered his hypothetical account of the killings. It was going to be called "If I Did It," and he actually was going to come out with a book called "If I Did It." And Rupert Murdoch, after they said, no. Like,
why?
What an idiot. I would have loved to have read that book.
I would have read it.
Oh, my God.
Talk about a bestseller.
Holy smokes. Paid off the debts, probably. Anyway, coming up on, it's 5 o'clock. And Shannon Burke will be joining us shortly in Holy Grandpa Sports doing funny stuff and more making fun with one of our great comedian friends, too, about OJ. Stand by.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Pleading for FISA. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. FBI Director Christopher Wray telling a congressional hearing today the reauthorization of a section of the Foreign Surveillance Intelligence Act, FISA, is critical.
Now, increasingly concerning is the potential for a coordinated attack here in the homeland, akin to the ISIS-K attack we saw at the Russia concert hall just a couple weeks ago.
Pennsylvania Republican Scott Perry is one of several House members who won't vote to renew FISA unless changes are made.
They've been searching the American people illegally, and this bill would actually allow them to do it. It was set up to allow them to continue to do it, and actually likely to expand their illegal spying on Americans.
Authorization for FISA's Section 702 is set to expire a week from tomorrow. Japan's Prime Minister Kishida warning Congress today about a potential adversary.
China's current external stance and military actions present unprecedented and the greatest strategic challenge.
He told a joint session of Congress the U.S. must continue its leadership role around the world and its support for Ukraine against Russia's invasion. One of the most famous American athletes who became one of the most infamous is dead.
O.J. Simpson seemingly had it all. He had the talent, he had the fame, he had the wealth, and a smile that would light up movie and TV screens across the country. But all that came crashing down when he was accused of killing his ex-wife and friend Ron Goldman.
Fox's William Longinus. Simpson was found not guilty of those killings, but was later found financially liable. He also served time for robbing a memorabilia collector from prostate cancer. O.J. Simpson, dead at 76. Now, the report on inflation today, the producer price index rising 0.2% last month, further dimming hopes for an interest rate cut by the Fed. America is listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
Rough. Together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg. Ready on your dog, target. It's only me. Don't be scared. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls. 5:03, and we got a little special treat we do every Thursday afternoon, joining our friends at Florida Man Radio. I hear
106.3 in Atlanta.
Shut
everybody. The Kimmer and Pete and Flounder. Hello, guys.
How's it going, my friend? What's going on?
Going great. It's a nice day. We had a little storm. It's over now. It's nice and cool outside.
Yeah, it's real.
I'm getting ready to put on I found a vintage album of you and the Soprano Glee Club leading the Sopranos to their first chair. We're just going to relax. We're going to relax with some of that.
I'm very funny. Somebody's been telling secrets of the Kimmer down to make fun of the Kimmer show. That's true. I swear to God, I was the first soprano in the boys' Glee Club in 6th grade, and then my voice changed, obviously, at some point. But
just a bit.
I've always been in Glee Club. I was in the youth choir in church and all that kind of stuff. We were forced to play an instrument in my family growing up. We had to play an instrument, and my parents were big in the choirs. My dad led the church chorus for a while. And so anyway, it was just for singing. But we just loved to sing. Anyway, how you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm doing great. I got a real big question. Who will continue the hunt for the real killer?
Well, it's a damn shame that, one of our comedians, I think Norm Macdonald, we're going to play one of his bits later to Norm Macdonald.
Oh, yeah, I have that one at the ESPN gig. Yes,
isn't it ironic that, the very person you were trying to find was the one who killed her. I'll be damned. I guess there aren't enough golf courses to find the actual killer, as it turned out. He's roasting in hell. I mean, there's no question about it. And I don't mind speaking ill of the dead. He's a scumbag. He's a dirty, rotten, double murderer butcher. And it wasn't enough that he went to prison for several years for the stupid robbery thing in Vegas or whatever it was. He's burning in hell. He was it's unbelievable, the whole thing. God, and what a story! I'm thinking about Marcia Clark and having an affair with Darden and Judge Ito and Cato and all the people and the and it sounded like a black guy. Oh, objection, Your Honor, that's racist. You can't say sounds like a black guy. Remember all that stuff going? Oh my God, Marcia Clark's short skirts. They went nuts over. Oh my God!
The whole thing. It was like the first time I think our country was engulfed in the trial of the century on TV in my lifetime.
The white Bronco chase and him in the back seat with a gun to his head, Al Cowling. And again, this was not used in court. But if I remember correctly, when he was in jail, when they first put him in jail, and who's the football player? Rosie Greer, not Rosie. Rosie Greer.
Yeah, it was Rosie Greer.
Yeah, was in the jail with him, and a jailer overheard Rosie Greer and OJ talking. And a jailer overheard OJ say, "I did it. I'm sorry. I did it. I killed her." And he wasn't allowed to say it because he overheard it because Rosie Greer was acting as his minister.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I don't remember that part of that.
Yes, sir. It was just a thing, and then it disappeared because Rosie Greer was his minister.
There were all kind of nonsense stories. It was a very engaging trial. You couldn't take your eyes off of it.
Oh. Yeah.
And I had a guy on years ago who claimed that it was OJ's son that actually did it. He wrote a book about it. And he said that he found a storage place where there was a bunch of stuff from OJ's house put in there. And the murder weapon was found. It was a knife.
Really?
I don't think that could have been full of crap. But, I don't. I think most of the world agrees that he, is a murderer.
Well, I think I mentioned earlier that, OJ, when he got to Chicago and he got to where he was going, had a huge cut in his finger, like 2 or 3 inches gouged deep in his finger, and he claimed he broke it on a glass in his hotel room, which is nonsense.
When he heard the news.
And what happened was, I remember somebody testifying that when OJ got out of his limo or cab or whatever it was at the airport, he was carrying a gym bag, which he dropped into one of those great big trash barrels in front of the terminal at Chicago's O'Hare. And that's where the bloody knife went.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. But he got off.
Yeah, because they couldn't prove it. Nobody. Well, that's hearsay. You didn't. We can't. You don't know what's anything about it. I mean, it was unbelievable. The whole thing. And again, the reaction. I don't know where you were when the reaction came into the trial, but Pete and I were talking about our newsroom was filled with everybody watching the TVs in our newsroom.
Yeah.
And all the black women screaming and yelling, "Yay, boys!" And everybody going, "Wow, are you kidding me?" I couldn't believe the racial breakdown which is amazing because everybody knows he did it. It was like a reaction to get over the the Rodney King thing. One for the black guy or something. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it.
I was at a bar around the corner from my bar, having a pizza, drinking a beer, watching the TV. Everyone's in there waiting for it. And I remember hearing it being blown away, and it was quiet in the bar. And then I stepped outside downtown Austin, and there were horns honking, people screaming and yelling, and it was something else. It was really something.
I mean, what an event. The whole thing was as such. I mean, the chase with the Bronco and remember the people on the overpasses. We love you, OJ, and big sign. And they knew where he was going, so they were waiting for him and stuff. They had big signs. We love you, OJ. And, oh my God!
If the glove don't fit, you must quit.
Yeah. I think Domino's Pizza made more money that night than they ever had because no one left their TVs.
Wanted to stop.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Let me get your opinion on what's happening with Catherine Herridge right now. She spoke on the Hill, talked about her situation with CBS. I think that, and you're a journalist, Kim, a real serious journalist.
Well, I have a master's in journalism and public administration.
She is as well, and I think one of a handful of trusted journalists today that are really still at it in its purest form. She gets fired. They take all of her stuff. Blah blah blah. They're looking for her. Can you recall, Kim, the last time or any time in your lifetime where a journalist has been held in contempt and fined $800 a day because they won't give up a source?
Well, there was a case of Valerie Plume, I think, the CIA agent undercover thing, and there was wasn't that Pete? You may Plume or Plame? Plame was a Plame, I think. I guess it was. I think someone refused to give up a source on that, and there have been people.
But they were usually.
But this is This is different.
They were backed by their corporate entity. The New York Times or Washington Post backed them. CBS just kicked her out the door, didn't they?
Yeah. Not only that, they took all her stuff. They said, we'll collect everything and give you what we want you to have back. I mean, it's a Gestapo tactics. Just, we'll see you to the door. Hell, they did that with me when they got rid of me over at the last radio station. They said, we'll get your stuff for you later. Here's the door. See ya. Bastards. Anyway.
SAG-AFTRA had to step in and help her get these. Did you guys really not get your stuff back from the last place?
No, I got it all, but they weren't going to stop me. I said, oh, really? I'll just go ahead and do what I want. Thank you. Sorry. No, they weren't about that. No, this was...
I had it all packed in a box. I was ready.
I was ready too. I was absolutely ready to go. What a day that was.
Anyway, this media thing, Shannon. Think about this. That story. I didn't do justice to it at all about the NPR executive.
Oh my God!
Who came out? When I saw the story in writing, but I didn't. When I saw him being interviewed that night on Jesse Water, I saw the interview. I thought, holy cow! I wish America could listen to this guy who is not a screaming Republican. He's just he's a guy. He's a pretty straightforward guy who's in journalism and writing business. And still, he said you can't believe. And he said he looked at the political affiliation. He looked at what the hell registration cards. Not a single Republican. Every single person was a Democrat. And when he noticed that at a meeting, he said, "Well, good. That's what we wanted. We don't want to be interfered with by those other people."
Right.
I mean, taxpayer money doing this.
Absolutely. The clock is ticking on when he gets fired. I mean, how long they can keep his morale?
He'll be doxxed. He's out there. They don't respect him. They don't want him. How could you work there? I mean, what's he going to fight alone? Talk about going upstream. Jeez. I mean, it's a media thing, honestly. If we can't get this back under control with a media that starts telling the truth about it, because it affects our elections. It made President Crime Family a white trash president for the last 4 years. I mean, my God, because they hid in the basement and they let him get away with it, and the FBI helped the DOJ, the media helped him out and covered everything up, and there you are. You got a president.
And we're going the way of Brazil right now. Have you seen how Brazil's dealing with Elon Musk and telling you must take this guy off your service. You got to take this guy. You got to remove this thing. If you don't, $800,000 fine or whatever it is. And he just said, F it. I'm not going to do it. It's out of principle here. If they want me out of Brazil, I guess we're out of Brazil.
I got a feeling that it would be a bad mistake to try to take on Elon Musk. I'll bet you he's got some sort of these like drone probes that are like a half an inch in diameter and have poison darts in them or something. He could send over the Rio Grande. I mean, honestly, I don't think he ought to be messing with Elon Musk. I think he's he's got the resources and the power to pretty much do anything he wants.
Well, he certainly got. He can be real deep on the bench in terms of legal representation.
Well, he could probably ruin their economy if he wanted to. If he really wanted to go after, go after the central banking system of a nation, I'll guarantee you can make their lives miserable. Absolutely.
I agree. Trump was in town here yesterday at Dan Newland's house, local PI injury attorney here. Yeah. Drove right by us on the highway. We didn't see him.
Oh, you did?
No, we didn't. We didn't get to see him. He's getting $25,000 for a photograph with him.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. I mean, if you got the money and you want to, and again,
I got
the
mine
biggest
for free,
thing,
but I don't think I sell it.
There you go. And the other thing was stop at Chick-fil-A, and boy, did that get some attention here, which is good. And again, they're saying, "Oh yeah, it's God's burger. It's God's chicken sandwich."
I like how he says, "I need 30 vanilla shakes and some chicken."
Yeah, everybody gets a shake.
You got chicken, right?
Let's have some for us.
I've never seen Biden buy anybody lunch or a shake or just get himself an ice cream cone and call it a day.
Yeah, the old man walks in to get an ice cream cone like everybody's old grandfather should do, and talk to the kids and sniff their hair, and by God, let's elect him again because he's just a nice old man. Good Lord.
What a sweet old guy.
He's coming after our guns again. Just made a new deal today where he's going to crack down on gun shows, make sure that they have to be registered, so they have to demand your background before you go to a gun show anymore and buy a gun.
Really?
Yep.
What if you list a gun in the classified pages and the guy comes to your house and you sell it to him that way?
The problem is he's going after the people. He's expanding the background checks by closing the gun show loophole, which means the dealers stipulate any individual who repeatedly sells weapons to make money now has to get a gun license. So even if he comes to your house, if he's selling a gun to make money, he has to get a license or he's going to jail. And if he gets a license, then he has to have you get a background check, or he's going to jail. So see what he's doing? I mean, in other words, he's not changing the law. He's just saying, from now on, you have to get this. It's like a license thing. Instead of a tax, it's a fee kind of deal. And he's not raising taxes; he's just charging extra fees to get into a state park or something.
It's not easy to get a gun dealer license.
No,
that's jumping through a lot of hoops.
Yeah. And plus, I'm sure it's not cheap. I mean, I think it's probably, I don't know what you have to do to get it, but they don't just give out dealer's licenses to anybody. So that's how they're doing it. If you make money selling guns, you're now a dealer and you need a license, and you have to get background checks on everybody who buys your guns. So it's over. I mean, you stop the
gun show is anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Remember the 911 call from the Vanderbilt protest? We needed a tampon change. Immediately call an ambulance. It'll warm your heart to know. You probably know this already. 4 of them were arrested. 3 were expelled. 1 was suspended, and 22 were given some kind of discipline from the college. So we may be the turnaround here.
I'm trying to. I don't remember the facts of that story.
They went into Vanderbilt University, into the building that houses the chancellor's office. It's not supposed to be in there. They did a protest to sit in. They were told to leave. They couldn't leave. They had cops waiting for us, and they thought that the moment they left the building, they were going to be arrested. And they even thought the moment they were to stand up, they could have been arrested. But one girl there had a tampon in for several hours, and she needed to change it before she got toxic shock. You heard about toxic shock. And so her friend calls 911 and says, we have a friend who needs her tampon changed. And like, what are you talking about? And then she said, and then you hear a dude in the background go, what about toxic shock? And so she's like, do you want me to really send an ambulance down there? And she explained that, if she stands up, she'll be arrested. Anyway, they finally you're getting people arrested. That's good. Expelled from school for this behavior. That's good. Yeah. Suspended, discipline. At Pomona College, they did the same thing, and the chancellor there said, you guys kiss my ass. She said, you got 10 minutes. If you're not out of here, you're going to be kicked out of school. And guess what? They all left.
Yeah, and I was just reading, there was another story today, and I can't remember the name of the college, where the student group is now suing because of the anti-Jewish behavior on campus and not doing anything about it. So again, and again, I still can't, the number of Jew haters in this country is where did they come from all of a sudden?
At least we know who they are. They've outed themselves.
Yeah, thank goodness,
Hey, what do you make of the FBI director warning people? It's elevated threat. Something really bad is going to happen. We need more money. Give us more money.
The confirmed perjurer. This guy's a disgrace. Christopher the Cossack Ray, suspected Russian double agent, in my opinion. The federal Gestapo of investigation. He's a confirmed perjurer. He's been lying forever. He lied about the whole thing with the going to school boards and the white people who complain about school. He lied about that. Oh, we never had anything to do with that. My ass, you did, and we got the memo. Dirty stinking liar. By the way, it was his people who lied on the Russian collusion thing with a FISA court, which is why Donald Trump tried to get him to not do it, which they're not doing it so far, because they used it against a private citizen, including Donald Trump. And by the way, nothing ever happened to the guy. In fact, the guy who lied and changed the document became the head of the FBI in Washington.
Yeah.
And Christopher Wray also, when they asked him, gee, you knew that the laptop was real, and yet when they, you declined to say anything about it, and he said this is long ago now, this just recently said, well, I didn't think it was fair that we would get involved in the political election because it might have affected the political election. That's the time when you do get the truth out. My God, how about telling the truth because it's the truth? You don't want people to do something based on the truth. You'd rather have them based on rumors and lies and the 51 people. And he knew those 51 people were all a bunch of lying scumbags too. Yep. And he let that go through. I mean, this man is a disgrace. He's a freaking scoundrel. He ought to be in jail. And that business with the bomb makers at the scene of January 6th, the mostly peaceful Ashley Babbitt non-protest non-insurrection. And he knew about those fake bomb makers. And the FBI agents are saying, walking around seeing the bomb the guy was talking about, they let it go. I mean, you got to be kidding me. He refused. Yeah. He said, oh, no, we didn't have any agents on duty on January 6th. You lying scumbag. They were all over the place.
They had all the capital.
They were assets. They may not have been holding a badge saying I'm an FBI special agent, but they were your asset, you dirty stinking liar. You had all this stuff going. Oh, my God. He's a disgrace, and he's got to go fast, and he ought to be in jail. He ought to be impeached immediately, and if we get somebody else in here for president, boom, bam, first day. It's over. What a disgrace.
Clean house.
Oh,
amen.
God.
Who goes to OJ's funeral? Anyone?
Oh, they'll be mobbed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, if I were around, I'd probably go to see what it was like. Right. Just the fascination of it. And can you, God, I wonder if he's going to have cars and cars and cars of flowers, like a mob funeral or something.
Or George Floyd funeral.
Or Broncos. I mean, if everybody gets a white Bronco to go, oh my God, how funny would that be? I wonder if he could rent a white Bronco for a day for the funeral procession.
We should go there and just throw plastic knives.
Yeah.
Plastic knives.
Man.
Good to hear you guys. Pete, Flounder, love you guys. We'll miss you, Phil.
Adios.
Thanks for your time. Brother.
Can't wait to talk to you again next week.
Good to catch up.
Down to Florida. Thanks, man. Talk to you later. Shannon Burke and the guy got 521. Well, holy cow! It's time for something special here. And again, we'll go as long. We'll break later. We got Holy Things. Our 5 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Lee Brandt Jeweler, luxury jewelers and watches affordable. Their stores in Sandy Springs or LeeBrandt.com. And now, holy crap! It's sports with Pete Davis.
Sometimes you just get on the plane, you put the last game behind you, and you move forward. Just keep moving.
Golly,
nothing to see here.
Well, what do you mean, Pete? What are you talking about?
Braves got clobbered today in Truist Park. Yeah. Mets winning big 16-4.
Oh, boy.
Alan Winans took one for the team, go 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, 6 of them earned. The bullpen roughed up again, and utility man Luis Guillorme really took one for the squad, pitching 1 inning, giving up a grand slam to Tyrone Taylor. Chadwick Tromp had 2 RBIs for Atlanta. Jose Quintana the win for New York. Braves off to Miami this weekend, starting tomorrow night to get this back on the rails. Yeah. That's what's going on.
Well, that's all right. It's no big deal.
That's what's happening. Yeah. The good news, Ricky Fowler returned to Augusta National Golf Club yesterday after a 3-year absence and promptly won the par 3 contest. The bad news, Kimmer, tell everybody the bad news.
Well, what's the bad news, Pete? He's not.
Well, the bad news is you never win the tournament after you win the par.
No one has ever won the par 3 and then gone on to win the tournament. Ever.
So I think I'm throwing that last one. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
After a 2.5-hour rain delay this morning, the Masters got underway. Scott Scheffler, an overwhelming betting favorite to win it. Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, and Gary Player hit the ceremonial first tee shots. Then Player had this to say about America. I never forget to mention this, but coming to this great country, the United States of America, if you are here, you are blessed. You should kiss the ground every day and just appreciate what this country has done for the world, not only for yourself, but it's about time America started doing more for their own. This is the greatest country that God ever made.
You know, God bless him. And it reminds me, I remember many years ago when there was a guy who a Canadian broadcaster came out with a thing called The Americans. And he was his eye for one. Gordon something or other. Yeah. In fact, we should get Flounder, if in your spare time, maybe we'll do it tomorrow or something. Is Gordon somebody, Sinclair? No, it couldn't be Gordon Sinclair.
Maybe.
It might have been Gordon Sinclair.
Sounds right.
Canadian broadcaster, and I think it was called The Americans or something like that. And it was a commentary about him being sick and tired of people blasting the Americans. I can't remember the reason. It was a major, it was Kennedy's assassination maybe or something. I don't remember what it was.
There
was a long time
there was
ago.
kind of a flood in America and storms, and nobody was coming to help us.
Anyway, we had done everything for every other country in the world, and no one ever does something for us. Was the theme of it basically. Again, if we can find that, I'm not sure how long it is, but it's really
5 minutes. I just found it.
Oh, you did? Well, maybe. We'll play it at some point. At some point, we'll play it because it's worth hearing. It is. All right,
meanwhile, the Shark, Greg Norman, has indeed returned to the Masters, but not as a guest. That request was turned down. Greg paid scalpers for his ticket.
Are you? How could they do that? Greg Norman didn't get a Masters ticket?
Nope. They told him no.
Holy cow.
John Rahm says he got so nervous giving his speech at the Champions Dinner, he blacked out. I have no idea what I said, he said.
Really? Did they say what he had for dinner? Anything about the Masters dinner?
We did the dinner thing a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was very Spanish.
Oh, that's right.
It sounded good to me. I kind of liked it.
A little spicy for
Bryson DeChambeau, your clubhouse leader, after shooting a 7-under par 65. Former Masters champ Danny Willett, a 4-under 68. So let's take a look again.
How?
Okay, we got Scheffler is -4 right now.
Wow.
Going down. Rory McIlroy is -2. Okay,
well, you know
further
why?
down.
The rain softened those greens, obviously, because they're putting.
Sergio is even. John Rahm even. Tiger is even. Mickelson is +1. So that's what we got so far.
Excellent. Fun.
All right. The former interpreter for Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani stole more than $16 million over 2 years to pay off gambling debts. According to the affidavit filed by the feds today, they filed a complaint accusing Ippei Mizuhara of bank fraud, gets a maximum fine of up to $1 million and or up to 30 years in prison. Ohtani, referred to in the complaint as only a pro baseball player, told the cops that he did not authorize the transfer. They have relied on recorded phone calls from the bank in which Mizuhara falsely identified himself as Ohtani to trick and deceive bank employees into authorizing the transfers. So what you're saying to me is all you got to do is call up the bank and pretend with a Japanese accent, and they will transfer millions of dollars over to you.
Well, I should have thought of that myself.
Yes. All right, the Hawks will be without forward Jalen Johnson and center Onyeka Okongwu in the Eastern Conference play-in tournament. Johnson averaging 16 points, almost 9 rebounds per game, going to miss at least 3 weeks, has a sprained right ankle. Okongwu will miss at least a month after a non-surgical procedure Tuesday for inflammation in his left big toe.
Oh, boy.
He's averaging 10 points and almost 7 rebounds per game. They lost to the Hornets 115-114 last night in return of Trae Young. Trae had 14 points and 11 assists. Right now, the Hawks hold the number 10 spot and the final position in the play-in tournament in the East, where they will face the Bulls. So that should be a short in and out. Former Georgia running back Nick Chubb will be back with the Browns next season. He reworked his contract. His 2023 season ended with a knee injury back in week 2. Kentucky is 0-1 in their search for replacing former head basketball coach John Calipari. Scott Drew has decided to stay at Baylor. So anyone in Lexington still have Rick Pitino's phone number. It may be time to fly east and pick that boy up. Meanwhile, you can't accuse new Razorbacks head coach John Calipari of setting expectations too high at Arkansas. In his introductory news conference in Fayetteville, Calipari said, "I met with the team. There is no team."
What?
Yeah. So.
Oh, my.
2-time world champion Olympic bronze medalist Frank Chamizo says he has turned down a bribe of $300,000 to deliberately lose a match at last week's European Wrestling Olympic qualification tournament in Baku, Azerbaijan. Chamizo competes for Italy after leaving Cuba about 13 years ago. Controversially lost the semi-match to an Azerbaijani wrestler after all the judges ruled against him, and it was pretty blatant what was happening. He says, I knew that I had to give double, triple in Azerbaijan because I was fighting in their country, and they had bought everyone. He said he refused the bribe because I don't only represent myself, but also Italy. It's not easy to break my integrity. The 31-year-old can also hope qualify for the Paris Games next month in Turkey. He says, am I worried about paying for these comments there? I come from Cuba. I'm not scared of anything. Now I'm in a free country. I can say what I think and what I want, and no one will stop me.
There you go. Well, that's two examples today in your sports about foreigners praising America more than you've heard Americans do in years.
No. He's in Italy. He's not in America.
Well, still, but he's praising his country and against standing up for his own national.
You were so close.
I 1 out of 2. That's like 50-50.
You almost tied those two things.
You know, if I'd have been a baseball player and I got a hit every 50% of the time, I'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And, of course, no escaping that former NFL star and knife enthusiast O.J. Simpson has passed away. So let's remember some of the late, great Norm Macdonald's best lines. Defense lawyer Johnny Cochran once abused his first wife. In his defense, Cochran said, at least I didn't kill her like some people I know. And maybe the best Norm Macdonald O.J. line ever when the verdict came down. Well, it's finally official. Murder is legal in the state of California.
And you're going to hear Norm Macdonald in a few minutes, by the way, with this bit, not only on O.J., but also on the time he was on The View talking about the Clintons, too. And you'll hear the 911 call coming up shortly, too, here on the O.J. case. Sorry.
And what's even more comical, the Heisman Trophy Trust issued this statement. The Heisman Trophy Trust mourns the passing of 1968 Heisman Trophy winner O.J. Simpson. We extend our sympathy to his family. This is the same group that has blackballed Reggie Bush for giving his parents a house, something that is totally legal today. Yeah. And they refused to give him his trophy back, but they had nothing but praise for O.J. Simpson. Former Bulldog and Falcons running back Todd Gurley had nothing but nice things to say about the Juice. R.I.P. to the legendary O.J. Simpson, your favorite running back. Appreciate you, Uncle O. Juice, you'll be missed. And Fox Sports loudmouth Skip Bayless also heaped praise on Simpson, calling him maybe the greatest running back ever. And I will say this right now. Of all the guys I saw live, Barry Sanders and O.J. Simpson were the most exciting running backs I ever saw because I was too young for Gale Sayer.
They were the two wiggliest. They were the two scattery, wiggliest guys, especially O.J. being big. Barry Sanders was a lot smaller. O.J. was a big guy. And for him to be able to do the old swiveling, juice thing was very unusual.
True. Yeah. Even the White House issued their condolences from Biden with nary a mention of the victims of his crazy knife attack.
Of course, like normal.
And the new tradition continues. Nate's Joke of the Day. Are you ready?
Here we go.
I have not vetted these, so I don't know what they are.
Right.
Joey gave his baseball coach
Sorry.
Gladiators. Have you ever been in a locker room?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Joey gave his baseball coach a jar full of flies. Coach says, what's this for? Joey said, you told me to go home and practice catching flies. Here's a jar full. I caught every one of them.
Oh, hey, hi. Again, these are not modern day. These are something, whatever.
Not vetted.
And that's your friend, who sent those?
Nate,
of course.
Nate.
All right. By the way, it's 5:31. Time for us to do a little break here, but we got a couple more sports things left over, including a salute to a very famous American who set a standard and broke barriers and records as well. Coming up, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 5:31. And also Norm Macdonald and the 911 call and comedy bits. And, oh, my God, we got it all. We got it all. Look out. Look out, it's a Kimber. We've got your afternoons covered, all right, and the Morning Extra's got your drive-in from 6 to 10 a.m., too.
My family's a little bit like the Andy Griffith Show. We like board games. We had some friends just a few weeks back come over, and they got this new version of Scrabble. And then I read yesterday, because I'm not real good at Scrabble, and I lose every time we play, they're coming out with an easier version of Scrabble. A less intimidating version of Scrabble, which I'm all in favor for. I assume the words are, going to be smaller, and maybe you get more points for like the and. Yeah, exactly.
The cow says moo. And off of the idea that y'all watch Jeopardy on a regular basis, I'm glad y'all do, and you play board games, I just want you to know that within the next 10 years, you and your wife will be sleeping in the same bedroom but in separate beds.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hi, I'm Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack. We specialize in only foundation repair. What is foundation repair? Foundations sink or settle. These issues need to be addressed. It only becomes more costly the longer you put it off. What is the biggest cause of foundation problem? Either poor construction, inferior site preparation, or weather. Drought causes cracks in your foundations. If you see any signs of foundation issues, please contact us at atlantaramjack.com.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
Hey, it's Lowe's. Let's talk about Howard Brothers and Ventrac. There's a lot of highly specialized property maintenance equipment that only does one task. Ventrac compact tractors are designed to work year-round as an all-seasons machine of versatility, eliminating the costly need to purchase multiple dedicated machines. One tractor with various attachments is ideal for cities, parks, sports fields, and municipal grounds management. Get to Howard Brothers today and put yourself in the seat and behind the wheel of a Ventrac. The grass is always greener, and if you need a tractor, you've got a lot of it when you take care of it with Ventrac and Howard Brothers.
Springtime is here. Looking for a fun weekend with family, friends, and the kids? The Mitsubishi Electric Classic, presented by Venture, Georgia's only PGA Tour Champions event, returns to Metro Atlanta April 26th to the 28th. Pick your favorite hole to watch along the ropes or find public seating throughout the course. Children 15 and under receive complimentary tickets with purchase by an adult. Join the excitement at TPC Sugarloaf in Duluth, Georgia from April 26th to the 28th. Tickets available at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com/tickets.
So, Robert, I want to thank you for your time. I just don't think you're the right person for this position.
I don't understand. Was it something I said?
Well, we did a background check on you and found some things of concern.
If you're in charge of hiring for your company, you know how helpful a background screening can be. That's why companies that use Horizon background screening make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com. horizonscreening.com.
Hey, Atlanta golfers. Did you know that one of the best courses in Georgia is located right here in Tucker? Heritage Golf Links is a beautiful mixture of modern and traditional link-style play with incredible facilities and beautiful views designed around a 20-acre lake. And when you're done playing, have a drink at our full bar or a great meal while sitting on our lakeside patio overlooking the course. So come on out and have a great full Georgia day at Heritage Golf Links. Book your tee time online at heritagegolflinks.com or on our new app that is available now.
Yeah, your butt.
Is this Fleetwood Mac?
This is old school Fleetwood Mac.
I'll be damned. Flounder, our musical director, is blessing us with this edition of the 1970s edition of Fleetwood Mac, when Peter Green quit the band on tour in Germany. He apparently wanted to avoid breach of contract that he agreed to finish the current tour.
I meant to play this damn song.
Thank you.
This one's much better.
Okay, I was going to say, that was horrible. It sounded like they were tuning
up.
The
other one was it's well-known. It's called Albatross, and it's one of their early hits.
Oh, my.
Collection of whale songs.
Yeah. Anyway, Peter Green quit while they were in Germany, so he wouldn't be avoiding his contract to finish the current tour. In Europe in late March 1970, Peter Green took LSD at a party in Munich at a commune, an incident cited by Fleetwood Mac manager Clifford Davis as the crucial point in his mental decline. Peter Green was out.
Yeah, back there you get a bad trip and man, it was over.
Yeah, that's right. That stuff is dangerous. Damn, it scared me to death. I remember.
Well, now it's designer. They do it. I mean, professionals.
That's unbelievable.
Back then, it was some idiot in his basement.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. That's why they were trying. Remember, Art Linkletter wrote a book. His daughter jumped out a window thinking she could fly, and he wrote. The book was "I Love You, Call Home" or something like that. About kids and drugs. And anyway, a couple of sports things left over here, Pete Davis. 58 years ago, 1966, exactly 19 years after Jackie Robinson broke baseball's color barrier, Emmett Ashford became the first black umpire in the major leagues. Now, wait a minute. I got more on Jackie Robinson I wrote myself here today, too. If I could only find it. Oh, now I can't find it. Damn, I hate this. Wait a minute. Here we go. I wrote this down myself last night. In 1947, again, that was in 1966, Jackie Robinson's first black umpire came into the major leagues, 1966. It was 1947. On this same day, Jackie Robinson takes the field first with the Brooklyn Dodgers in an exhibition game against the New York Yankees, the first black player in the majors exhibition game. Then April 15th, Jackie Robinson takes to the field for real on opening day. The Dodgers beat the Boston Braves 5-3, and Jackie Robinson was the first black major leaguer. Some baseball birthdays. Mark Teixeira is 44. Brett Saberhagen is 60. And Jason Varitek, former Georgia Tech and Boston Star. Jason Varitek is 52. Today.
Teixeira also went to Tech, by the way.
Oh, that's right, too. I forgot that. You're absolutely correct. All right, sir. 5:39. Now, we're going to do a more OJ thing here in a second. We're going to play the 911 call, and which is kind of long, but at the end of it especially just shows you, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. Also, Norm MacDonald talking about OJ. First of all, this is just in breaking news. I'm off my iPad. Puberty blockers. Again, we're talking about weirdo people and what you do to your children. Puberty blockers can cause long-term fertility and health issues for boys, and it may be permanent. According to the Mayo Clinic, they analyzed 130,000 sperm cells with male children suffering from so-called gender dysphoria. They analyzed the testicle cells of boys who've been taking puberty blockers for 3 months to 52 months, compared them to boys who had not been on blockers. Guess what? Severe sex gland atrophy. The medications accelerated the aging and function of your testicles. Puberty blockers' impacts may be permanent. Disputing claims that, we can reverse it later if you want. You're asking for it.
Common sense says you couldn't reverse it.
Come on, we're talking children. They're children. You can't do things to children.
Nope.
You think you can? All right. 540. Tell you what, Flounder, let's do the 911 call. This is, again, Ron Goldman's father, Fred, is broken in silence. Only say I'm not talking about OJ. I'm only remembering the loss of my son and her, too. But here's one of the 911 calls that was very familiar to Nicole Brown Simpson because OJ kept trying to beat her up and break into her place.
Emergency. Can you get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please. Okay, what does he look like? He's OJ Simpson. I think you know his record. Could you just send somebody over here? Okay, what is he doing there? He just drove up again. He just drove over? Okay, wait a minute. What kind of car is he in? He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in. Okay, wait a minute. What's your name? Nicole Simpson. Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Wait a minute. We're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you? I'm going nuts. Okay, has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you? You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to come in again. Okay, just stay on the line. I don't want to.
You're going to hear him yelling here in a second.
Wait a minute. Just stay on the line so we can know what's going on till the police get there.
Here he comes. He broke into the house.
Okay, Nicole? Just a moment. Does he have any weapons? I don't know. Okay. He went home and now he's back. Okay. The kids are upstairs sleeping and I don't want anything to happen. Okay. Has he hit you today or no? No. Okay, you don't need any paramedics or anything? Okay. You just want him to leave? My door. He broke the whole back door in. And then he left and he came back? Then he came and he practically knocked my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids are sleeping in there. Okay. And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him
coming back in here in a second.
Put my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it. What? What does he say?
There he is.
Calling unit, your domestic violence at 30 Country 325 South Gretna Greenway is too high. The suspect is now entered in the house, and it is refusing to leave. It's code too high. It's been 4221 RD 825 children Just stay on the line, okay? Is he upset with something that you did? A long time ago. It always comes back.
Yeah. She should, I'll tell you, and again, they're going to kill you. If you are repeatedly the victim of abuse like that, and everybody knew he was going to kill her. She knew he was going to kill her. Anyway, I should come out with that. I can't put it in writing because then I'd be arrested or something. On the Peterson way, a proven method of way you can have a woman who's being abused, beaten, and her life is truly in danger. He's going to kill her. How you could actually kill the abuser, and it would be perfectly legal in total and complete self-defense. There are a couple things you make sure you need to do, and it would be legal. And as far as I'm concerned, they deserve what they got. OJ deserved what he got. They deserved a lot longer ago than this. But anyway, all right, 5:43. How about a little Norm Macdonald? Let's Norm Macdonald, one of the great comedy bits of all time, talking about O.J. Simpson.
In his book, O.J. Simpson says that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck when the one guy who would have died for you kills you. That's probably... You don't get worse luck than that. And O.J. announced this week that he's coming out with a new book called I Want to Tell You. And if it's successful, O.J. will work on yet another book entitled From Football to Prison, My 25 Years of Showering with Other Men. And finally, in honor of the 50th anniversary of their first publication, Random House will be releasing special commemorative issues of many Dr. Seuss classics. The first to hit the bookshelves will be Green Eggs and Ham and O.J. is Guilty. Judge Ito was interviewed this week by a local TV station in Los Angeles. Asked by the interviewer if it was appropriate for a supposedly impartial judge to be on TV with his case still pending, Ito said, "Maybe not, but how appropriate is it to kill your ex-wife?" It was revealed today that O.J. Simpson told police that Nicole Brown Simpson used to beat him up. He also claimed that she and Ron Goldman killed him. Well, let's get to O.J. O.J. Simpson's lawyers say they don't want the families of Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman in the courtroom during the trial. They're afraid the presence of the family members will just remind O.J. of how much more killing he still has to do.
Norm Macdonald, the late, great Norm Macdonald. Oh, mercy. All right, hold on. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 546. We have that thing with the Americans. Maybe we'll play just a few seconds of it and play it all tomorrow. It's kind of long. It might be fun just to kind of tease it. And also, maybe do that angry Gen Z guy again on how the economy's screwing him like everybody else. And a horrible story of a 14-year-old hero boy who paid for it to protect his girlfriend at the mall. 546, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
We have to recognize, folks, that this country we've known all of our lives is not necessarily going to last all of our children's lives or our grandchildren. It's in trouble. It's on the ropes. Biden's, Trump's. Go to jail if you misgender somebody. Come on. we have to recognize the threat, the possibility that it could all be gone next week and start working to preserve it. So far, we're not doing very well.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
My name is Jamie High, and I have worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years. Why do I work for Bruce? Because he truly cares. He cares about me, he cares about my family, and he cares about each and every one of his clients. Family is important to him, and he never makes me choose between my family and work. He values me as an employee, but also as a person. At our firm, we are all family, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I am Jamie, and I've worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years because he's the best. Hagen-law.com.
Spring is the perfect time to bring a group out to a game at Truist Park to enjoy great weather and Braves baseball. Come experience the brand new private Jim Beam Bourbon Decks located on the lower level down the left field line. The Jim Beam Bourbon Decks have a great view of the field while incorporating a private setting and bar access for your group to easily socialize while you cheer on the Braves. Visit Braves.com/hospitality to snag this amazing new space for your crew this season.
Ozzy's punished another one. Make it 2-0 Braves.
And come experience another brand new space in right field, the Blue Moon Beer Garden, offering the largest variety of Molson Coors beer options and unique food pairings. And there's a special ticket offer for any weekday game during the regular season. Tickets are only $30 and include a grandstand reserved game ticket and $15 added value to use toward food or beverage. A limited number of tickets are available for this special offer, so lock in your seats now at Braves.com/Blue Moon. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
Is the tax deadline causing you anxiety? Searching for elusive 1099s and trying to uncover any exemptions? If so, you're not alone. Every year, Georgians find themselves looking backwards to file with the IRS, reporting tax history. But what if you were to flip the script? Not just report your taxes, but actually planning for them. We're Master Plan Retirement Consultants. We're local, with offices in Marietta. We work with folks just like you to create a personalized, tax-efficient strategy designed to last a lifetime, a crucial piece to the holistic retirement plan. Do you have a retirement roadmap? You should. It's never too late. Visit masterplanretire.com. Don't wait any longer. Visit masterplanretire.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Marietta PD's Chuck McPhillamy. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 770-627-3235 or online at atlbail.com.
Introducing Sonder Health Plans, your trusted local partner for Medicare Advantage in Georgia. Only in Georgia. With Sonder, you'll get comprehensive coverage that's tailored to your needs. They offer $0 primary care visits, $0 premiums, and access to a wide network of Georgia healthcare providers. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com now to learn more about their valued-based care that won't break the bank. Or call 888-428-4440. Sonder Health Plans, your doctors, your neighbors, your friends.
Giddy up, go, little darling. Come on in and shake a howdy here at the old Kimmer Country Farm. Hank Williams. It's 1953. Your Cheating Heart with Hank Williams, number 1 on the country chart in 53. So lonesome I could cry. The story goes Williams was prompted to write the song when thinking about his first wife, Audrey Williams, driving around with his second wife, Billie Jean Jones. She's supposed to have written down the lyrics for him while sitting in the passenger seat. The song was recorded during the last ever recording session, September 23rd, 1952, and released the following year, shortly after Hank Williams died in 1953. Let's see. Quick birthday list. You may not know the name. You know the guy. Peter Reigert, 77 years old. He played Boone in Animal House. Was also Seth Green's father on Dad's. Do you mind if we dance with your dates? No. Why no? That's he's what was said. Why no? Boone.
We're the only white people here.
Do you mind if we dance with your dates? Why no? Boone in Animal House, Seth Green's father on Dad's, and Carol Kane's boyfriend on The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, whatever that was.
And he was in Local Hero. Great movie, Local Hero, with Burt Lancaster.
Really? Well, what the hell was that about? Burt Lancaster. It was about
a Texas billionaire who was opening up an oil platform off the coast of Scotland, and Peter had to go over there and deal with the local Scottish people, and they were not happy to see them there. Well, it was very funny.
How old was he then? Well, he's 77, so I forgot he's that old. I didn't know Burt Lancaster's been gone for a long time, so that was
right.
Curious.
It may have been his last film.
Huh. I'll be darned. And one more thing. In 1951, the general was going to just fade away. President Truman on this day sacked General Douglas MacArthur as commander of American and United Nations forces in the Far East. MacArthur made the mistake of publicly calling for America to attack mainland China if they didn't lay down their arms in Korea. Oops-a-daisy. Just to walk ashore a few times, get it on film, and here comes my shall return to the Philippines. And MacArthur got canned from everything in 1951. And then went to West Point and said we'd just fade away. 5:54. Holy cow, almost out of time. Oh, just in, by the way, Pete found this story. We just talked about how puberty blockers in little boys mess up their sperm counts and their penile working with their testicality. Just in, Pete just saw this story. Vegan Impossible Burgers increase the risk of diabetes and heart problems. You're better off, according to a new study, eating real meat. Okay, there's another one. Here we go. Remember when butter was bad for you? Anyway. Also, let's do more Norm Macdonald, if you don't mind. God, it's 5:55. Oh, we don't even have time for anything. My God. I tell you what, let's do. Flounder, let's do this. 5610. Oh, we only have a minute.
We'll do the Norm Clinton. We'll do that.
Do again. Norm Macdonald on the Clinton killers when he was on The View one time. Here you go.
See, I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
You're not allowed to put out no accusations with that. That's a little too far. That's the way it does work. Let's just go on to the next question. Yeah. This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice, okay? Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No. We don't need
I don't want to get into this, and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on with it. Get with it.
There you go.
This is a live show.
Norm, but you have been properly chastised by Barbara, so I'm now going to ask the next question.
I thought it was a matter of record.
Shut up. It's all in the giver saying Pete and Def Flounder gotta go. You're killing me. Tomorrow, boys, it's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. Look out, Herb.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRU prep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at